Caesar came to America and said, holy shit, these Americans have no idea what to do with their dogs. I don't consider myself a dog trainer, as crazy as this sounds. Caesar said it perfectly years ago. I rehabilitate dogs and I train people. I'm a human trainer about dog psychology and dogs. Production companies have reached out to me about TV shows. They want a piece of my business. They want this and that. No, thank you. I don't care. If he's getting fulfilled and he's getting enough exercise and he says, well, when I'm on leash, I get frustrated because I can't do whatever I want. It's like, so what that you care like that way? You're still not allowed to do what you want to do.
But people need to learn. There is a way of raising a dog.
Yeah.
Just like there's a right way to raise a child.
A dog lives 100% in the moment and is 100% honest. So if I want to know something about myself, I would like to ask something that's 100% in the moment and 100% honest. The issue is a lot of people don't understand how to read the dog, right? And understand what is this dog telling me about myself.
I spent $3,000 on this guy, and I am the poster child that I did not advocate enough for myself to say to the guy, hey, no.
A lot of daycares in the world are not really being run by people who understand dog psychology, training, behavior, and things. A lot of times it's a money person who's a business person who says this dog thing is like, they read the reports of business and like dogs is gonna be an industry to get involved in. And they say, okay, I'll build one of these daycares and make it really fancy and da-da-da-da, and they hire the college kids and people who don't really know what they're doing. The owners don't really know what they're doing.
Of course, they need love and they need attention, but we're not here to give them love. We're here to get them out.
This is why they get mad at me. They're like, you're giving it away. That's our business. I'm like, so get a better business model.
I love you guys.
I love you too.
Thank you.
My pleasure. What's up, Pack? So I'm just gonna let people come on now and join. Give it a few seconds. It's like every time we start this live, it takes a few minutes for people to be notified and come in. So we'll give it a couple minutes here. Give you guys a couple updates about what's going on with the content for me. What's our plans for 2026? A couple people are asking how to reach out to us. So I'm gonna do that. And then we'll get to the questions. We're gonna bring people on like we do. So guys, the plan for this is gonna be in 2026. I'm planning to do one of these weekly. So I'm gonna do a weekly live Q&A for free. I'm not hiding these behind paywalls and hiding them behind, the Patreon community or any of that shit. I'm just doing it live for free for you guys. This is what I'm doing it. So my goal with this is to spread the information. As I've told you guys from the beginning, my mission with all of this is to make the world a better place for people and dogs, right? And it's a personal mission because there was a point in my life where I was struggling with figuring out how to like navigate life, how to live, how to find happiness, how to find purpose, how to find peace, how to find all that stuff. And I struggled until a dog taught me how to do it. And dogs in general taught me how to do it. So my goal with this is to give it's a little bit selfish, I would say, I guess, but also selfless. The selfish part of it is I want to be that person for me when I was in that position, when I didn't know what to do, I didn't know where to go or what to do, that there's someone there, at least virtually, who can say, I've been there, I've done that, was in a really, really bad place and I got myself out of it and got to this place now. And this is how I did it. And here's the information for free. You don't have to pay for it. And understanding, my theory is understanding a dog, right? A dog lives 100% in the moment and is 100% honest, right? So if I want to know something about myself, I would like to ask something that's 100% in the moment and 100% honest, right? The issue is a lot of people don't understand how to read the dog, right? And understand what is this dog telling me about myself. So that's my goal in teaching this dog psychology thing is, okay, now I understand what my dog is saying through his body language, through his energy, through the behavior, why they're doing certain things. Now I know what I can do about it. And what I learned myself was the things that I had to do to be a leader, practicing calm confidence, staying in the moment, setting intention, following through. All those things really helped me with myself. Super, super helped me with myself. And that's what I want to share to the world. I was at a really, really low point and I wasn't sure, honestly, if I was going to make it out of there at that point. I was really low. It was rock bottom. I'm talking about like on a couch debating life type shit. Right? So this is how important this stuff is to me. Because like people in the dog community, they're like, why are you giving away all this information for free? You're giving it all away. What are we supposed to do? I'm like, it's not about the monetization and the money of this for me. This is about human beings and people and dogs and everybody being able to live a full life, purposeful life. That's my dream. So that's the purpose of all this stuff. Okay. So content for 2026. Like I said, we're going to plan to do this live Q&A. Weekly. I'm not sure exactly the time. It's probably going to be Thursdays, but don't hold me to that. We're planning on picking a day and time so I don't have to announce it every time and give you guys like, go here, go there. You guys know on this day at this time, Steve's going to go live and answer questions. Then we're going to figure out the ways to have whoever wants to come on and talk to me and ask questions and do that. So we're going to share the links. so you guys can have them. We'll do a little bit more pre-production just so this runs a little bit more smoothly. We want to make it as smooth as possible so you guys are getting the most information as possible. Planning to come out with podcasts in 2026. We're coming out with some cool stuff of products and things that are look, brands are reaching out to me all the time for sponsorships and this promote our products. To be honest, I don't believe in most of the products. And the ones that I would believe in, they want to control you and they want to tell you what to do and what to say and all that stuff. And I'm just never going to be controlled. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I know I can make a lot more money if they gave me, the production companies have reached out to me about TV shows. They want a piece of my business. They want this and that. No, thank you. They're like, well, we'll give you all this money. I don't care. I'm not willing to pay for my freedom to be taken away. I'm not doing that ever. So I want to always be able to say what the fuck I want to say to you guys on here without anyone over my head saying, hey, you can't talk like that. You can't say that. You can't do that. No, not doing that. Don't care. So that's going to be the goal, is to give you guys a ton of information, answer all your questions. Okay, so then the other big elephant in the room is the video reviews. So you guys have probably seen I haven't posted since November 21. So it's not because I don't want to. This has been the biggest pain I've ever had, I would say. Well, not ever, but it's been pretty freaking painful not being able to post. I can post. So this is what I'd realized is I was like, look, 2026 is coming. I have a certain amount of time to like really sort this shit out because it's been kind of a back and forth. Things go good for a while and then all of a sudden some BS happens. I got to deal with it with the legal and the this and the that. I'm like, how can I navigate this? So I've been really spending a lot of time figuring out how I'm going to navigate those reviews. I have some really good ideas and some plans that will ideally get us past this whole thing, because the reason I'm doing those reviews is not so much the engagement. The engagement tells me how valuable it is for people. And not only that, the messages and comments that I get from you guys when I do those video reviews are like, that content is so valuable to us because we get to break down the energy. We get to see it. The amount of people who have said, now I understand why my dog does that thing. Now I know why my dog did this. Now I know why the other dog, a street, does that thing. So that's my goal, is to get people to really understand it. So I have to navigate some legal bullshit, and it is what it is. I don't care. I'm willing to pay for the lawyers. I'm willing to pay for all this shit, pay for the video, pay for all this stuff to do it because I love doing it and I enjoy it, and that's the mission. So, and people want to wonder, well, how do you make any money then, Steve, if you do all this shit for free? We have a business behind this. I started as a dog walker 15 years ago, and then I started working with the clients and started doing it. And now I got to I'm working with people all over the world, celebrities, this, that, the whole thing. And how do I monetize? I monetize it by, if I give you a ton of free information and you really like it, but you feel like you need some more personalized help, which is what pretty much all of my clients are, is people who saw me online and they said, I really got a lot of value, but I needed some more detail for my particular case. And that's for me to spend a time with you individually and actually literally ask you all these questions and break down your thing. And those, I have video calls that are an hour long. I do them every day for people all over the world. We have in-person stuff here in New Jersey, in North Jersey. If you guys are interested in coming and seeing me or any of my trainers, we have that. We also have care services, the boarding and daycare stuff for dogs who have completed our training program. That's a members only thing. So that has to be approved and you have to be invited to the program. But we have a lot of other stuff over there that we're doing. So that's how I monetize. Because people were saying, how do you monetize if you do all this free shit? I've created and spent a lot of time, put a lot of effort into creating a good business that has quality people, quality staff who understand dogs, who know how to treat clients the right way, like concierge level service. And that's, if anyone needs help, we put them into that. And that's what it is. And we make sure even when they come and they're paying customers, they're getting still even more value than what they're paying for. So everything that I do, I want to provide more value than what you guys give me. So right now you're giving me your time. I want to give you as much value and information as I possibly can. And I'll just remind everybody here on TikTok, unfortunately, we can't link TikTok to our platform here so you can see the thing, but you're going to be able to hear them. So I'm still working on TikTok, guys, to get you guys to be able to be in the thing and see the guest and all that stuff. So that's just the technological bullshit behind all this crap that we're figuring it out. But I appreciate you guys being on there. And I promise we're going to do dedicated TikTok live. I've been saying that for a while, but we will do that. Or we'll get you guys in here so you guys can join and do all that stuff too. Let me just say another thing about the comments is, even though I may not be reading your comments while I'm doing this, I will read these afterwards. I watched a lot. I'm a little bit of a psychopath and I watch the freaking live all the way through over. Number one, because I want to make sure that I'm providing the proper information. I'm evaluating myself. I'm making sure I'm being super clear. I'm making sure you guys are getting it. It's really important to me. So I watch the whole thing and then I read the comments. I watch all the comments afterwards. So, and we store these comments and eventually I'll answer them and stuff like that. It's just a manpower thing, guys. So if I don't get back to you, it's not because I don't want to. I would love to talk to every single one of you individually. It's just a time thing. It's all I'm trying to figure out other ways to do this, but to me, this is the the best one right now. It's just free, live, all platforms. Come on, ask me questions. Let's figure shit out. Hopefully I provide you value. And in working with me or talking with me, you got something that provides you value to improve your life for yourself or your dog or the relationship between the two. All right, who are we going with? Jade, are you ready?
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you for really appreciate it. I have a 3-year-old rescue he was from the shelter.
What did you say it was? A 3-year-old what?
Rottweiler.
Okay. Rescued? Yep.
He seems to me a front of pack dog. He's kind of not afraid of things. He's very curious about sounds and whatnot. My thing is, on lead, he is still reactive to some dogs, so we're working on that. But the few dogs that were off leash that have kind of come up to us or invaded our space or rushed up to us, what he does is he will face them face on, head to head, and then he will try to put his chin on top of the other dog's shoulders. Which I am learning is a dominant behavior. So I'm not sure that he was socialized when he was younger. But my question to you is it possible to teach him better dog social skills if I don't have access to a balanced pack?
Okay. So basically, just to summarize, so I have it clear: 3-year-old Roddy, who you rescued, you believe he's the front of the pack. On lead, he's reactive with some dogs, but it's the real issue is like some of these dogs who are off leash who come up to him, and then he gets a little dominant with them.
That's his normal.
And where does it go? Where does it go? So just so everybody in the public, if you ever see a dog who comes up and they approach each other, and one of the dogs goes on top and like putting down, like putting the head on like this thing, that's definitely a guy who's saying I'm doing dominance on the other dog. So like the people who are out there in the public or these trainers who say there's no such thing as dominant, they're clueless in my opinion, personally. But that's 100% a dominance thing. And at the same time, what I don't know is what happens after he puts the head on top of these dogs.
So depending on the dog, some dogs growl back at him, even though they're the ones who approach.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Some will snarl at him. One snarled at him. One growled at him. One ran away. One went under him, hackles raised, and I made that dog go away.
Yeah.
And then one took offense, and there was a bit of a scuffle. I wouldn't say not a real fight, but a lot of sound, a scuffle. And so they went at it. I was able to pull him off, and he responded by coming back. But you know, there's this kind of energy between, and the other managed to get to his dog, clipped him back on a leash, and then that was that.
Where do you live, by the way?
Washington State.
Okay.
And you know, I've been looking for, you know, I've only come across Cesar Millan's content very recently, and I found it very helpful, right? So I'm still really mastering the walk, right?
Oh yeah, so that's good. That you definitely have to do. I would definitely do that. Keep doing that research. Watch, like, if you can, even watch some of his shows. There's a lot of information on dogs, even though it's like a case that might have nothing to do with your case. There'll be snippets in there that'll be like, that actually relates to my case, to my dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And most. It's I've seen him take what he calls more dogs with dominant behavior into what he calls rehab, right?
Yes.
But then he has a pack of dogs who won't.
That's right.
I guess. Right.
That's right. So look, I know what you're asking. So the question is like, can you get this guy socialized without a balanced group of dogs?
Yeah.
The answer to that is yes, but limited.
Limited. Okay.
Yeah, so like my point is like if you don't have a balanced pack of dogs or like people who are a company or friends or somebody who has like a group of dogs who could help you, you might find one friend who has a dog who's a balanced dog who you start with just walking with that dog.
Okay.
Just walking because we don't know it seems like you don't really know like what type of socialization he had, if he had any, what it was like. That'll give you, my point is that if we don't really know, then the point of that is that what we can do is we can kind of see by going for the walk. If that dog's there and we start walking, it's not like this confrontational coming towards each other thing. It's more like you and your friend get together. You guys are in the inside, dogs are on the outside, and they might be interested, but you tell them, yeah, we're not going to do this like intimate space meeting right now. We're just going to walk together. So he can start getting used to dogs being around first.
Yeah, so thanks for pointing that out. I actually made it a point to attend some what's called organized structured pack walks, and able to walk same direction with other dogs. First time there was at least 10 dogs, and we behind, and then at the end we were sandwiched between one in front, one in back, and we were okay. I was following the calm human, he was following the other calm dogs. We just happened to be lucky that first time. Second time there were at least 20 dogs. We hung back in the back. That one was a little bit more of a melee, but we completed the walk same direction. So at the end we were following the staffy, I don't know, 4 feet, 5 feet in front of us.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. No, that's good. Those are things, and you're not looking for him to just be like perfect on that walk. You're actually looking to help him overcome things on that walk. So when you're walking and the dog's over there and he's like, I really want to go by that dog, you're able to tell him, no, not right now, with the dog still there. Because the issue is when you're on a walk and like there's a dog coming and he's staring at a dog, you could do your stuff, but then he's going to leave. That dog, you know what I mean? That dog's gonna leave, so you can't really like keep going with it and keep the process going to help him around that dog. So that's why those walks are actually really good to start. The second portion would likely be finding somebody who knows how to socialize a dog like yours.
Like regular person. A lot of people are scared.
No. I'm not saying regular. I'm saying more like a professional. Like if you were over here, I would say like I would suggest you just book one session with me so I could see this guy. And our goal is just to get him around dogs, see what he does, interrupt him if he gets too tense or too dominant and things like that. So he has a good experience around being some balanced dogs first.
Right.
It's not such a novelty. You know what I mean? Dogs aren't like, what do I do with this dog? Like I don't know what to do. You know?
I see.
Yeah.
So
I have someone in Washington State who might be able to help you. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you have her email?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna have Jamie. I'm gonna have them send you that person's contact info and see if they can help you with an in-person thing.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah. So to summarize this one, can you get a dog who has never been socialized really well with dogs to be socialized or comfortable around dogs without balanced dogs? I would say, like I said, yes, but limited. Because the end thing, and this is what I believe a lot of trainers are missing, is they're teaching dogs to avoid other dogs. Whether that's bribing them with food and toys to look the other way, or they're punishing the hell out of the dog for even looking at a dog. They're ending these dogs in avoidance, which is part of the process. They do have to learn how to avoid other dogs on the walk and ignore them and stuff. But then you have to actually get that dog to be around dogs, to understand how to be with them, to read social cues, to understand things they can do and can't do.
Right. I don't think avoidance helps at all because we did that for more than a year.
Yeah, I know. And that's where it usually ends, unfortunately, is people, the trainers are ending. I get a lot of dogs who are, in my opinion, incomplete, where the people that work with trainers, vets, or whatever it is, and the dog, and they say that the closest we got was the dog was like, 15 feet away. And I'm like, that's crazy, that we should be able to get at least near the dog and get him calm near dogs. I'm not saying he has to like play with the dog, you know what I mean? But he has to be able to be around the dog and not feel like he has to do something or feel defensive or anything like that.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So
I'll have Natalie reach out and we'll see if they can help you out there in Washington. You keep us posted.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Jade. Have a great day. Take care.
You too.
That was a good one. That's one that's a very common one that people deal with. And in a lot of my virtual calls that I do for people all over the world, that's one where sometimes it becomes challenging, is like, I know what the dog needs and I give them exactly what it needs. It's just, unfortunately, in this of December 18 of 2025, there's not many dog psychology center type places around the world. It's mostly obedience type trainers. And the obedience type trainers, in all different methods and tools and things, are a lot of times ending the dogs in avoidance, which is not the end of the world. Look, if you have a dog who's super aggressive or reactive or like loses his shit outside all the time, having a dog to learn how to just stay calm and avoid everything is a big process. But I mean, a big step in the right direction. It's big progress is the word I was looking for. But it's not complete, in my opinion. The completion would be with the dog actually being able to be at least near dogs and tolerate. I'm not saying he has to play and run around, but tolerate the presence of dogs and understand how to be with other dogs. Okay, who we got next? Is there anyone else in here? Traggy? Yeah. Okay. What's up, man? Do you hear me?
There you go.
There we go.
Yep, I can hear you.
How do I say your name?
Shroggy.
Okay. Where are you from, Shroggy?
I'm in Rockland County, New York.
That's where I grew up.
Really?
Yep.
I saw you were down there a couple months ago at the RG Cares Four Legs Good Shelter.
Yes, yep.
So I worked there part-time as a dog trainer.
Amazing.
I was on vacation, though, the week that you were there, though. I wanted to come see you, but I missed that opportunity.
Hmm.
I see you took my boy Ryder. How's he doing up there?
Ryder's doing good. He's been here for a while, so we've been doing a bunch with him, and he's kind of just hanging out. He's ready for adoption now, so we're just trying to get him. I haven't done much. I've been dealing with the social media, like intellectual property, copyright bullshit that I'm dealing with here, so I haven't really been posting and stuff. But once I'm back, I'm gonna start promoting him, and we'll get him adopted, because we still have to finish the last part of that. It's just showing the process of him getting adopted. So the purpose, just so you know why I'm doing that whole rescue, rehabilitate, rehome thing, I was thinking, like, how can I provide more value in the content and stuff? Because like a lot of this stuff is like I'm talking with everybody and stuff. But I want to show people more with me, with the dogs, working with them. But I was like, so what's a better way? Instead of me just working with one dog and helping one person, why not go to a shelter or a rescue where there's going to be a ton of staff who are seeing all those dogs there, where I can help them, and then we could take a dog who's in trouble, like Ryder, who's definitely in trouble there at that point. Yeah, and we got him out of there.
Sweetheart, but he's a crackhead.
He's a high energy guy. He's a high energy guy, and he's pretty intense. Yeah, that's his thing. So he's learning here how to just, not everything is adrenalized, charged up craziness, and it's things they learn in the shelters, unfortunately, because a lot of those dogs, you know how it is. It's like it's impossible to be able to like actually fulfill all those dogs in there. A lot of them have some real issues and things. So when one of the staff goes in there and starts, our volunteer starts, there's like chaos starts, because there's just something happening, So he's gotten over that. But in the beginning, like when we would work with him, we would have him on the treadmill. He's doing treadmill, like doing a great job. And then, someone takes a dog and walks by, and he's like, what's happening here? So we had to work.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. He's got that hyperfixation, and it takes him a while to break it.
Yeah. He struggles with impulse control.
Yes, exactly. So that actually touches base on a little bit of what I wanted to ask you. So at the shelter, you've met most of the staff. There's a couple of new people there. The biggest issue that I'm facing right now, with as far as the staff over there, is that they're doing all of the things technically right. Like as far as, walking into the kennel, leashing them up, calm, confident body language and all that. So as far as the physical actions, they're all being done correctly. But the overall, like, energy, or like aura, for lack of a better term, like isn't really there, and the dogs sense that. So I'll demonstrate for them, and they see the, oh my God, look at the difference between this and this. I'll act like an idiot, and then I'll do it the right way, and they see the shift. I'll make them do it, and like I said, they're doing the physical actions correctly. But I feel like the brain aspect of it is still at like 1,000 miles an hour, which then obviously the dogs mirror, and then they have, the dogs are jumping, the dogs are pulling, the dogs are reacting, they're, acting all shitty. When these same dogs are capable of perfect walks. I've had all these dogs out there doing pack walks. We'll do, impulse control on a place board, have a dozen other dogs there, and they're doing just fine. But then, pretty much as soon as I turn my back, it's all kind of back to square one, because like I said, the physical actions are there, but the mindset isn't there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes. It's just the struggle with it. So is
what would you recommend? Like
the struggle with it is that a lot of it is going to be volunteers.
So so as far as that, so something we implemented a while ago is that volunteers are no longer in the actual kennel. So that if they want a dog, they'll and they're approved for certain dogs, then we'll take the dog out for them, and then they can go walk them. Mm-hmm. And I'm with you there 100%. As far as the actual walk, it's not just about the way they come out, although it does shape a big part of it. On their actual walk, if they're, if there's no leadership, if it's, very like, oh, my baby, and I love you so much. And of course they need love and they need attention. But I tell the volunteers and the staff on a daily, we're not here to give them love. We're here to get them out. Right. So obviously we want some love. But if I had to choose between a structured leadership and love, I'm definitely going with the leadership.
I know.
Because that's how they go home. That's how they learn, and that's how they stay home. So like I said, obviously out on the walks, that's a big issue with the volunteers. But as far as that, there's very limited, there's only so much we could do about that, because we do have, the capacity is 30, we're at 50 dogs.
I know.
Where, that's just at the kennel. That's without fosters. We're a no-kill shelter. We have to take in every animal from the county. Yep. There's a huge jurisdiction. There's multiple counties that we take, and we're constantly working with rescues, trainers, sending them out. Board and trains. I just had a board and train with me. He left 2 days ago. He's been there for 7 months until we finally were able to find him a home. I'm actually going to do a follow-up 1:30 with him.
Really quick, let me just say, like, what the biggest thing that you said there, which is the issue, is that it's the numbers game.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I'll just, when you have that many dogs, and it's not like you have dogs there who are like, these are live-in homes and you're just boarding dogs. These are dogs who have issues, like, and they're pent up and they got things going on. So it's not so much a RG Cares or you guys or your like as far as the places that I go and look at, like you guys are on top of it way more than most, way more.
Yes, I'm just trying to get your thoughts on what you would recommend, like we could do moving forward. To obviously we're definitely doing whatever we can, but if there's something else you can also recommend, we add, take away, switch, whatever it is, or is it kind of just we got to work with what we have?
What I would say is that there's two answers to the same question. The first one is that we have to figure out, number one, what is the best possible way we could. I'm just gonna take it off right now, dude, because there's a ton of echo, and I'll finish the question. So he's asking like, what can we do at that shelter? So I've been to the shelter, so I know what he's talking about. Unfortunately, it's just a lot of dogs and a lot of situations. There's two things to it, right? The one side is what can we do right now and how can we change the whole shelter world? And that's my goal, is to change that whole fucking thing. It has to change. It's not, the whole model is off. It doesn't work properly. My goal is when you guys get that new shelter and all that stuff, I can really work with you guys more and coming up with better plans for training and things like that. So the reason that I'm trying to give you guys like some help now of just like, these are the best things you can do now. Focus on as best as you can, get the dog calm before you bring them out. And I can come there and show you guys some different things like long line work and getting people on the same page. We could talk to Mike about making sure everyone gets on the same page there and doing everything the same exact way. The issue is that you got to realize a lot of the people that are attracted to the shelter world are going to be coming from the place of I love animals. And what their love of animals usually means is like, cuddling and petting the animal, not really like getting the dog rehabilitated and ready to go. Because when I go to shelters, not that place because I know everybody there, but when I go to certain shelters and I go there and I'm not showing all this emotion, and all this, they kind of question me like, does this guy even like love dogs? Does he even like dogs, this guy? And I'm like, I do. I'm just not bringing my emotions and any of my emotional needs here. I'm here to serve these animals and get them the hell out of the shelter and into a home. Not here to fulfill my emotional needs. You know what I mean? So that really comes down to the individual people. And that's where I think that the rescue world and the shelter world has to just get more education and understand that like while almost every person at the shelters and the rescues have good intentions, they want to help the animals and get them out of there, their strategies a lot of times are not very beneficial for the animals to get them out of there. So that's my goal with like the content we're making with the rescue thing and doing more of that stuff there is honestly, it's not just like, how do we get the dogs in Rockland better? It's like, how can we create a model that the rest of the world could see of like, wow, this is the way a shelter is run and that people are actually educated about dog psychology and they actually take the dogs on bike rides and they put them on treadmill and they do long line work with them and they practice like walking by each other and they do group class and all. It would be amazing. Dogs would be pumping out of that place one after another to the point where you would actually probably get demand for people wanting those dogs. So thank you for your call, bro. And I'll definitely meet you in person. All right. And we'll get together and I'll help you with all the dogs and we'll figure out a good way. Keep up the good work, all right? I'll see you soon. So that's a good one. And I like that one. And what I'm going to do, guys, for you guys, so it's not just like, I'm just going to go work at that shelter. We'll document that one whenever I go to the shelters and I do stuff with the dogs and the staff there so you guys can at least see that stuff. I think that'll be valuable content. This is like also stuff for me. I'm like, I see all these trainers just talking shit and I'm like, they're like, yeah, do this, do that. And I'm like, let's go to the shelter and I want to see you go do that. Like, I want to start being like, I'll go right to the shelter and who's that dog? That dog is Ryder, the one he's talking about, who I have right now. He's a rough one. He's crazy, blah, blah. Let me see him. Let's go deal with him. Like I want to and then show people how I would deal with it. And that's what I want to get more people doing because there's a lot of people who talk a lot, but they're not really doing any work with the dogs, you know? So anyway, who's next? Okay, Katrina, you ready? Here you come. What's up, Katrina?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you good. How can I help you?
All right, so I have a almost 5-month-old Labrador Retriever. She is my second dog. My first is actually a Cavapoo, and he is 14 years old. He's a senior. She is a working dog, hunting dog. She's training for waterfowl, sort of. I think she identifies as a pointer more than a retriever, but that's. So my question, I have two questions actually. So the first is, right now we do several training sessions a day with her. But lunchtime, she is trained with her meal. And I was talking to a trainer that I was thinking about sending her to. And the trainer mentioned, like, you kind of have to stop training with treats and kibble and, like, feeding the the lure and all that stuff. And I guess my question was, is that like, should I start that now at 5 months old, or do I like wait until she's a little bit older to start feeding that? Because right now she does well, you know, if she kind of knows that I have her kibble or I have her treats, like her recall's pretty good, her heel's pretty good, place, etc. But I guess I'm a little nervous about not rewarding at this stage, because I really, especially for recall, I really want her to like feel like I'm the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your take on that, and then I do have a follow-up question, but I'll let you answer that one first.
Okay, so what was the breed you said? A golden?
No, she's a yellow lab.
Oh, yellow lab. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're gonna work her?
Yes. So right now we're doing obedience. I do have a training program, like retriever training, that she will eventually do, but she's a little right now.
By the way, really quick for everybody watching, take a look at that Labrador, just so everyone says, right? That's a working Labrador right there. Look at that dog. That dog wants to do shit and wants to go do things. So if you're saying, I want to get a dog, I'm going to get a Labrador. If you're going to get that dog right there, it's very different than the you know, la English blockhead lab who just wants to kind of hang out and be a pet. It's very different. So just to remind people, that's just for the public, because you know what the deal is with that.
Oh, I do. She we do like an hour hike, and we have 80 acres, so she can go forever. We're down here in Mississippi, so she can go forever. She's definitely crazy child.
Yeah.
But I'm terrified about not rewarding her, and I will preface that by saying that she is not, like I said, she kind of thinks she's a pointer versus retriever. So we're still working on her drive in that way. She's got good prey drive, but as far as like bringing it back, she's still very young. But I want to reward her whenever she comes to me. She doesn't have like a huge toy drive. So I don't know if I start swapping like treats and like food for toy, like that doesn't appeal to her.
So think about this. So it's really about the recall right now is what you're asking about, mostly about the recall and reinforcing it. Yeah. So think about like recall. It's two phases of it. One is like, how can I be as motivating as possible to get this dog to come back to me? Right. That's the first part. And that's what you're using the food for, which is great. Then the second part of that is going to be getting her to recall and trying out like another type of like the one that I would say is a your affection should be a great one, but I don't see why you have to remove the food so early. Again, this is like if it's the retriever trainer and his training program and it has something to do with that, I don't know. Like that might be his thing and I don't know. But if you're asking me with a 5-month-old, like, would you stop reinforcing with food? I mean, I would have to understand the purpose of why he's saying that. Why? For what?
Okay. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think they want to reinforce that like the dog being with you should be enough. You know, I know a lot of trainers reward with like tug and toys, and obviously like she's a retriever, so we don't do a lot of tug, and I don't know. It's just hard because I really want to instill obedience first. Like that's good manners. She's very calm, confident. She's great.
How does she do with physical prey? Like when you just like petting her and like giving her good guts?
She loves it. She's just, she's a lab, so she's very food motivated, and I've been kind of using that, to really train her well. I mean,
use both. Just use both. Use food sometimes and use your affection sometimes. So it's more intermittent. So if you're gonna start like phasing out food, just don't I wouldn't be like food and now no food. I would be like, all right, now we're gonna do food, but out of every 10, I'm gonna do it on 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 9.
Okay. Now, would I still mark that with a yes? And like, she gets, when it gets, I've been trying to lengthen between yes and reward, because originally it was yes, immediate reward, but now I've been saying yes, I'll reach in, get it, and then give it to her.
Okay, that's a good one. So now we'll get into the we'll get into really quick. I'll get into the nerdy dogs training stuff that I never talk about. But you're talking about a bridge to the reward. So really what you want is you want to be able to have something which is your bridge, meaning that you gave the dog a recall or whatever it is. The dog is doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is your bridge. So you say, so for me, when I would say this, I would say, I'd do my whistle. The dogs are coming. If they were good, that's your bridge, good. And then when they finish it, yes, pay.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, good. And during the bridge, good as they're coming back. If they say like, oh, like let me go there, that's where you have to come with no, pop the leash, whatever you're using to block that. And then when they come, good. Yes.
Okay.
So just think of
right.
like your marker for your bridge should be different than the marker for the reward.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I don't have a bridge right now.
Yeah,
Because when I
pick one, just pick one.
It's here.
Pick anything.
It's an. Okay.
All right. It could be good. It could be it could be Mississippi. I don't care. Like whatever you want it to be. Like just name and just keep it consistent when he's coming. And then the pay is like, picture it as the coming is like the delivery is coming toward you. So everything's happening. It's got everything it's supposed to do. And then once it finally gets to your house, it's like package delivered. Pay.
Okay. All right.
So you would be telling the FedEx guy, good job. Yep. You're on the right path. You're on the right journey. Yep. And then if you made a wrong turn, no. Go straight there. Okay. Yes. You got it here. Gotcha. Bam. Delivered. Paid.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So
is there like an age then like at all that you think that, okay, well, we really should be off treats and like a mealtime reward?
The end goal is you don't need food. That's always the end goal for everybody. Like you want to be able to have your dog without food or anything, and they're doing it for you. But using the food is a way for them to do it for you. That's part of it. That's motivating for them. But what's really motivating for them is the overall you practicing leadership in their life and providing them with fulfillment, challenge, exercise, structure, affection at the right times. That's what they really want to come to.
Okay.
You know, so just be thinking like, I'm providing this for this dog. I'm providing all these things for this dog. Like I'm providing this. I'm putting in the effort to provide. And that's why because the loyalty can't be bought. You know what I mean? Like you could try it with just a food thing only, but eventually if you're just doing it with food and not so much for you, like my point is if you're not practicing leadership and you just go out and just do recall training with the treats, like you'll get it decently, but you'll probably need food. But if you practice leadership overall, and then you add food to that relationship, if he's gonna be, what do you want me to do, Mom? Come to you? Fine, I'll come. Because I get affection, you're happy, you're joyful, you get all I get all this for it? Fine, I'll come to you. Because then he just...
And I don't know...
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't know what the trainer was getting at. I know the trainer did mention, because she's not e-collar trained at all right now. I mean, she's still really young in my opinion, but I know trainers around here put them on and work with them pretty quickly. And I don't know if he was getting at like he wants to be able to start being able to like provide correction when it doesn't happen and like
but that shouldn't have anything to do with food to me.
Yeah, I don't know what he was getting at, I guess is
maybe finally just say like can I just understand it? I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to understand, is it have something to do with the food? Like is it because of the remote collar? Is it like what is it that you want the food out? And if he says, I just want to do it for you, then you can ask him, but like, isn't the dog doing it for me? I'm providing leadership and providing the food here. What if I start doing it intermittently? Is that all right?
Okay.
See what he says, then you can email me and just say like, this is what he said. What do you think about it? You know, because that's again, I don't know if it's some specific like hunting training or retrieving training that he's talking about. Yeah. But I off the top of my head from hearing you say it, doesn't really, I'm like, I don't know why you wouldn't use the food there. If that's what's motivating to the dog, then why not use it and just keep like getting that association nailed down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, keep me posted, Katrina, for sure. And let me know if you have any questions after this, if you talk to him and as you're going through the process.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, Katrina. Thank you. Have a great one.
Bye.
Take care. Okay. Get some water here. What are we in here?
We're going to go with Nell next. Nell.
Okay. Okay, Nell, you ready?
Hi.
How are you doing, Nell? Nice to meet you.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I have a 3-year-old shepherd that I have had for 2 years now, and she's reactive to other dogs.
Okay.
And I take her to a dog training group, and she's fine for the most part at the dog training group. She could be right next to another dog with the trainers, but when she's with me on a walk, it's a totally different story. And I try to remember not to have any kind of fear because she can feed off of that, but it just doesn't seem to work.
Do you feel
what I'm doing wrong?
Do you feel fear?
No, generally, because I can feel confident and I know I'm coming up to a dog and I just kind of put it out of my mind that she's going to react and try to go there with like not any kind of a thought, but she still does it. Sometimes she's fine and sometimes she's not. So I'm not sure what I'm doing or
where do you live?
If it's just her. I live in Long Island.
So what does the trainer say about it?
So I don't really talk to them about it. She's pretty good at the training group. It's a free group. They do it in Long Beach. And it's just other people with their dogs. And I guess maybe because those dogs are calm, she's fairly calm. She has reacted a few times.
And
When I first brought her
what's the
there,
protocol if
I
she
almost
reacts?
turned around and left. Is to correct her.
How?
Is to give her. She's on a. I keep her on a prong collar, but just to give her a quick pull and don't pull, like walk her away. Just kind of turn around and then bring her back towards the dog, so she doesn't. I guess get away with having her way, reacting and not and getting
Yeah,
out
I
of the
get it.
situation.
I'm going to ask a question because you said as a shepherd, what's the exercise schedule like for this dog?
So she goes for about an hour walk. She has the backyard she can run around in. It's not a huge backyard, but she does get to run around. She does get walks daily.
Do you feel like she's pent up at all?
She at home, she's calm. She listens to me. She's great. And even on a long leash, a lead that I have her on, she'll come back to me. But if I take her off the lead, she does not listen to me at all. And I only do that in certain situations in a dog park with no other dogs. I don't bring her to a park when there's other dogs present because she's very reactive.
So it feels like, so it sounds like to me, you get to the point where she reacts, you correct her, but you're like stuck in that phase. Like she's still reacting and correcting and reacting and correcting. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Okay. This is one that it's like, it's very difficult to like give you advice on this one without seeing the situation and understanding like way more. So are you able to come out here or no?
I am.
That might be something we could do.
that.
We could film it or something. I'll give you like a price. Maybe I'll give you like a cheap price or something so the audience can see it too if you were willing to do it. Just so we can see like what the deal is with her. Is her or female?
Female.
Yeah, female. To see what her deal is and see like what her problem is. Because it might be a point like it just can be like she might be pent up and just doesn't really understand how to be around dogs. And the reason I'm saying this is I really need to understand where is the reactivity coming from. Is it coming from fear? Is it coming from I'm possessive of my human and I'm keeping everybody away? Is it I've never got socialized with dogs, I don't know how to be by them? Is it I'm so excited and I want to play with them, but I'm frustrated because I can't? You know what I mean? That's what I'm really trying to determine of what is the cause of it. Because my point is, let's just say it's if we could ask her, we said to her, hey, why is it that you react like this with dogs? And she said, because I have all this energy and I feel like I'm not getting it out and that's a place for me to get it out. Then we would know we have to focus more on the exercise and getting her more fulfilled. Maybe if they had a treadmill, figure out like someone, a walker who could come hike her or something. I don't know, something like that. We could figure out the way to drain her a little bit more. Then we have to figure out the strategy in the moment with the dogs that actually works to snap her out of it, but not just stop her. See, this is the thing. When people correct the dog, the reason I was asking how do you do it is a lot of people, the trainers will say, yeah, just pop the leash. Okay. And I'm like, but then what? And they're like, then put the dog somewhere. I'm like, but what's not discussed enough is what is the dog's state of mind that you're trying to achieve? Because just don't do it and getting the dog excited back to you. You just took an excited energy and just put it somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? Versus the dog like reacts as like correction, no. And then you follow through to get the dog all the way back to a calm surrender state. And then you continue back on. It might just mean you might need a different type of consequence for her. That's like a little bit more effective. I'm not sure. Is that making sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, these are the content that the more challenging ones is like that type of one. There's nuance to it that I don't want to give you the wrong advice. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say, just give her more exercise, but she's exercised enough and it's actually the technique. You know? If you're gonna come out here, we'll definitely help you with it. If not, just let me know and I can give you a little more brief like breakdown of what to do with her. The real brief breakdown would be is I would ask those trainers, say, look, I'm doing really like good. I feel like I'm doing pretty well in the class here, but I'm struggling like when I actually take her out of the class. Like it goes decent here, but when I take her out, I'm struggling. I need your guidance on how I can like navigate that shift, that change from like when I'm not here to understand if there's something I'm doing or what it is. And maybe they'll give you like a cheaper fee or they won't charge you that much just to help you. Or they might just help you with the class an extra day or something, you know? I don't know what they're willing to do, but we're here. I know we're a little bit of a distance, probably like a few hours from you, but we can help you for sure if you wanted that help.
Right. She's good with their dog there, but she has gone after the trainer's dog.
Yeah.
And that dog's well balanced and just kind of calm.
Yeah.
And she could be right next to him and then just bam. She just reacts. I'm not sure. Okay.
You could also like if there's any way to like video yourself at the class with her, like set up a camera and be like, I just want to set this up. You could even say to them, hey, is it possible? Can I just set this camera up just so I could like evaluate myself at the class and see what they say?
Absolutely.
Maybe because then if I could see that video, I would have a lot more information.
It's a public group. They really just do it to help people.
Okay.
And it's just a bunch of people with dogs that just walk their dogs together. They're also trainers, so they give advice. So.
Oh yeah, so if they're trainers, that means they obviously do have some sort of like paid thing. So you could consider going with them and seeing if they could help you more individually with that one. So then you could still go to the class, and then they have a better understanding, and you have a better plan of what to do in the class. You know, that's what I would do. I mean, that's what I would do if I was doing group class and like one of my people was like they kept coming and they were struggling though out there. I'd be like, we have to set something separate with you so we can like navigate that thing and figure out what's happening there.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, now keep us posted. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a great day. Those are the difficult ones. I'm reading the comments. Seems like you guys are enjoying this, which is great. This is the most important thing to me. Like I could do this shit forever. I just want to make sure you guys are getting. And I saw a couple things in here where like people were helping each other, which is like I love that shit. I think that's the greatest thing ever. That's what I want for this community is you guys to help each other. And like if I can't get to the comments and you have advice, give it to each other. This is what the point of this whole thing is. Just so you guys get it. What?
I was gonna say give the TikTok crew some love too.
Oh yeah, sorry TikTok. I love you all. We'll get back to you guys at some point. I promise. We're trying to navigate TikTok. It's not the easiest to figure it out, but I love you guys too, and we'll get you guys a private one. I promise. What I'm trying to do with this thing is basically give like a weekly group class that people would pay like a decent amount of money to be in, and I ask questions and guidance and do all this stuff for free. I just want to do it for free. Like everyone else is charging for this information. Like for what? The real thing is that I built a business behind this, so my business isn't this. This isn't my business. It's like monetizing social. So I don't need to. I don't care. I don't need to get sponsorships and all this bullshit and deal with all that crap. I don't need to. I have a business running so that I can give this away for free. And this is why they get mad at me. They're like, you're giving it away. That's our business. I'm like, so get a better business model. Like charging people for the information. Fuck you. Like that's whatever. Anyway, so I get it. I understand why people do it. I understood the lore of it. Imagine making a course. I was like, if I'm doing it, I'm going to make it valuable and you could do this and then it could run every day. You make all this money. And I'm like, but I'm not really connecting with the audience and not being with them. And that's what I want to be able to do. So that's why I'm doing it this way. If people don't like it, oh well. Who's next? Where is Andrea? Oh, here. Andrea. Andrea.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Where are you calling from?
Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. How can I help you?
Well, I think I'm in the same boat as Nell. I have a therapy dog, and he and I have been out on almost 100 visits, and he's going to be 3 in January, and he is a pit husky mix, and his personality is a bit husky.
Okay.
And we've done tons of training, and we always run into a specific place where he becomes reactive. So like yesterday we were out on a visit, we were in a room, he's beside me, and I open the door, and out in the hallway is a dog, and he sees that dog and he's like, oh my God, that dog. And we go to the farmer's market and we can pass thousands of dogs. We go to the AKC trials and he's fine there. It's always this specific instance where he's caught off guard or we're in a small space, and I don't know if I panic and then he panics, or if he panics that I panic. Like, I don't know what exactly it is that's happening in that particular instance where it's a small space and caught off guard.
What does he do?
He's
What does it look like? What does the reaction look like?
Well, the dog trainer has said he's got leash frustration, and he's a husky, so he makes a lot of noise. So what I'm really worried about is that people will interpret it as
like aggression or something.
Aggression.
Yeah.
I don't think he's mean. I think he's a kind of solid middle of the pack. Like when he's out with other dogs, he's not, in there controlling things. He's actually a little bit timid.
Does he socialize with dogs?
Not a lot. Like, I don't take him to the dog park because I'm afraid of what's going to happen at the dog park.
Yeah, not the dog park. But he doesn't really spend much time like ever like with dogs or playing with dogs or anything like that.
He's got a few like other service dog friends that we play with, but not like a large group.
Okay, but can he play with those dogs? He's fine with those dogs?
Yeah, for the most part. He does have a bad habit of wanting to correct. Like, he does like want to... If it's a younger dog and there's direct eye contact, sometimes that will be an issue.
And if you correct him out in public for that, what does he do? Does it work fine? Does he stop?
Once he gets kind of excited, then I have to like just take him, get him back and calm him down.
Okay. And does he get what? So the trainer believes it's frustration. So that means she feels that she's not getting, or he feels that he's not getting enough exercise.
Like he's just frustrated that he's on the leash, that he wants off the leash.
Yeah, but my response back to that, if he's getting enough exercise, is so what?
I'm not understanding. So I need to get him more.
Look, if he's frustrated on leash because he's not getting enough exercise, then we know we have to give him more exercise and still work on the leash. But if he's getting fulfilled and he's getting enough exercise and he says, well, when I'm on leash, I get frustrated because I can't do whatever I want. It's like, so what that you care like that way? You're still not allowed to do what you want to do. And you're going to have to do it this way. So that's what it seems like what you're missing is in that moment, the ability to like snap him out of it.
Yes.
So he's on the leash and he starts getting excited. And what did he do? Is he lunging at the dog? Is he just getting worked up? Like, what does he do?
Yeah, he tried to get away from me. Like I walked him back in the door into the room, and he was pushing against me to get out the door.
Yeah, and in that moment, if you correct him and tell him like knock it off and calm down, he won't.
No.
Okay. That's what we have to figure out is like, so you have to determine his exercise schedule to make sure he's getting enough exercise so he's not feeling frustrated on the leash and like, oh my God, I get to see a dog and do something, right? Like I can release energy on this thing. Because sometimes dogs get addicted to it, this reactivity with certain dogs in certain areas because they have pent up energy and it becomes almost like finally some place where I can release this thing. I could get a big chunk of energy out by going, doing that big thing. And they look for, then they start scouting and looking for him and stuff. So that's why I want to just make sure the exercise in the front end is enough. Then you're going to need help with somebody to teach you when he gets into this state, something you can do, whether that's a leash pop. I mean, I'm going to give you all, it's like leash pop, compressed air, e-collar, prong collar, touch on the side, wave a scent. There's a million things you can do to like do it. It's just, I don't know what's going to work for your individual guy without like seeing him and being with him. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I would be telling the trainer who's working with you. As I would say, like, I need some help and I got to figure out the way that I can actually achieve if he gets to this state, like how I can feel confident enough and certain that I can stop him in this state. Because that's why you're going to feel nervous in that scenario is because you're going to feel out of control.
Yeah, I haven't figured out what I need to do to get him out of that pattern.
Yes, that's what we have to. So that's what I'm saying. We got to figure out what is that thing that's going to break that pattern that makes sense to him, that's not overwhelming to him, that's not too little for him, that doesn't affect him at all. It's got to be just in that sweet spot where like he starts getting crazy, and let's just say it was a pop on the leash. The pop on the leash should be, like, oh, and then you're following through. Settle down, calm down. So you have to be in the calm state of mind, calm and confident, calm and assertive state of mind to get that dog to join you in that state versus you join the dog in the excitement and nervousness of his reaction.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm the problem, that I'm not being I'm not giving a solid enough, hey, you need to knock this off.
Yeah, it's not so much that you're the problem. It's just that there's certain things you may not know how to do just yet that is causing this to happen. So you're not like wrong is my point. It's just that you haven't become aware yet of the thing that you have to do or the state you need to be in those moments.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's going to take but my point is this is where I tell people like, to give people a thing, I remember like it was a whole thing where people would say, I used to see people saying, you got to calm down, just calm down. But my point to those people is like, I agree, the person has to calm down. But if you don't know what the hell you're doing or what to do in that moment, it's not very easy to stay calm. You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to be calm if my dog goes crazy and I can't control the dog? I can't be that calm there. It's not easy to be calm. But if you know what to do and you practice that, this at least can help you by knowing what to do. It can make you feel more confident in that scenario of, if this was to happen, I'm not going to lose control. I'll still have control. I'll just have to do this to stop my dog, settle him down, and remind him we disagree with that behavior.
Okay.
If you need more help, if you want to try a different trainer, I know some people in Ohio who could definitely help you with that too. So just keep me posted on it and let me know if there's if you're hitting a plateau or you're still struggling with it. I could give you suggest somebody you could do, or we could do like a one-on-one and go more into depth of like a real plan for your dog.
Okay.
All right.
That would be great.
And by the way, thank you for doing the therapy work. It's amazing. It's amazing work.
It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Like I thought, I'm going to get myself a dog and we're just going to go out and do visits, and it is.
What's the challenge? What's the biggest challenge of it? What's the biggest challenge of it for you? Is it his reactivity?
Well, I'm just a first time. I've never trained a dog before. And I've had dogs my entire life. And then when I got him, he's a pit husky. He was like, he was all over the place. And I thought, I need to figure this out. And I realized I knew nothing about dogs.
Me too. Just so you know, just so everybody in this thing who's watching it, so did I. I realized at one point I didn't know anything about dogs. I thought I did. I grew up in America. Yeah, you take the dog for a walk, you feed him, and you pet him, whatever. And then I remember like going and I read the dog trainer books and I remember going on like the first time I saw Caesar speak, the dog whisperer. And I was like, wow, I don't know anything about these dogs at all. I need to do a lot of work and learn this stuff. So that's what I did. And I learned a lot but not so much in the books. I learned it by being with the dogs. So my point for you is that this is like the first dog that you realize this stuff. This is going to be the dog. Like, it's always like, there's like that teacher dog that everyone has. That was this dog, Maddie. For me, she was my teacher one who's like, hey, I'm going to have some things that happen with me that you're going to have to figure out why I'm doing this stuff, because it's going to teach you a lot about yourself and a lot about the psychology of a dog and how we do things. So by learning that helped me learn through them. So the act of you learning how to deal with this guy, okay, now I understand the way he's seeing things and doing things. And then for the next dog, you'll be more prepared for it too.
I hope so.
Yeah, you're doing. I mean, look, you're bringing the dog and doing therapy, so you're already at a good place with this dog. It's just a part of a little nuanced thing that we have to just nip in the bud.
Okay.
All right. So
yes.
Keep up the good work and keep me
you.
posted. Keep me posted if you need any more help. All right.
Okay.
Have a great one, Andrea. Take care. Bye bye. That was a good one. It's like that. Like I said, these are the most challenging one. Is like the actual like moment where that dog's reacting. There's not like a protocol of like this is how you deal with a reactive dog. Why is the dog reacting? Is he nervous? Is he anxious? Is there leadership? Is this the back of the pack, front of the pack? How long has he practiced it? Was he ever attacked on leash? There's so many things that could be causing that thing that we have to have a little bit more understanding and not look at a dog like it's just this like robot thing that you just press this thing and it switches. It's like it's a living mammal being, you know what I mean? That might have dealt with traumas and sees the world differently than we do. There's a lot of similarities. This is why dogs got into our homes, but they see things differently, a little bit differently than we do. In my opinion, we do see things very similarly, but I think humans have got a little bit of a way from the nature instincts type of thing. We've got a little bit pulled into money, power, fame, and tech, and all this kind of AI is the next wave coming and all this. So that's the scary part for me is like we're saying like, all right, we're a little bit out of balance as a species and we're fighting and we're having wars and we're attacking each other for our looks and our genders and our religions and all the countries and all this shit. And so instead of like us solving that problem, figuring out what the hell our species is doing, what we're going to do is we're going to go even further into AI. We're going to bring more robots and more technology and more shit into it and confuse the fuck out of us even more. So the way I see it is that dogs are not going to be just such a dog. In my opinion, right now it's like this, but in the future, for sure, dogs aren't just going to be like this luxury thing. In my opinion, it's going to be a piece of nature that you get to bring into your life to remind you about your nature, your instincts. That's not technology. So it's going to remind you who you are. And so, yeah, I know I know right now we're all playing with these computers and screens and talking and doing this virtually and internet and all that stuff. My goal is that we do this and then we go to our lives now and go live in our lives and actually live a full life. Full life. Full. And a dog is going to remind us, hey, put that fucking phone down, put the tablet down, put the computer down, put the work down for a minute. And can we just go walk and just be in the moment. Just look at the trees. Just look. And you start thinking about, what do I have to do tomorrow? Catch yourself doing that, because the act of seeing those thoughts happening is becoming conscious. It's literally what it is. People think it's like I gotta like meditate and do it. Meditation is a practice for being able to be, I'm sitting here right now and I find myself thinking about something that's making me anxious. I see myself doing that. I don't want to do that. So that thought can go. I don't want to feel this anxiety. So I just saw it. I became aware. And the more aware I become of those thoughts, the more conscious I become. So then now that thought that says, you're not good enough. I see you. Bullshit. You can go. Thanks a lot. I'll never make enough money. I'm not good enough. I'll never get it with my dog. That's nonsense. I will get it with my dog. I like that one. That one can come in. See what I'm saying? All right, who's next? I gotta be careful I don't fucking ramble like crazy on these things. Okay, Donna, you're next. Let's go. What's up, Donna?
Hey, what's up? I love you guys. And
I love you too.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
You are, I swear, I wish I would have found you 3 years ago. I had a dog. She was my soul dog.
Whatever.
Never had any issues with her. Didn't have to go to any training.
Yeah.
Now I've got this 3-year-old German Shepherd.
Mm-hmm. The German Shepherds are filling up our feed today.
Yeah, I know, because now I see. I love him to death,
mm-hmm.
but a lot of people shouldn't get these dogs.
I agree.
And I remember when I first got him and he was a puppy, I was told by a trainer, you shouldn't have this dog. And I got really angry at him and threw him out of my house.
Yeah.
But he was right.
Where are you from? Where are you from, really quick?
I'm from New York.
Yeah, I was like, as you were saying, I threw him out. I'm like, she's got to be from New York. Go ahead.
I am definitely from New York, but I'm now in Michigan.
Okay.
So, and I've moved around a lot with this dog. I had some, situations in my life where I had to leave him with somebody for 2 months, and it's been rough. And then he was so out of control, and I was so uneducated on how to deal with him and train him that I actually, when I got up here to Michigan this year, I sent him to a boot camp trainer, which was, to me, was the worst thing I could have ever done. I got him back and nothing really changed.
Yeah.
I spent so much money. What I realize now, and a lot of it is because of you, is that it's me and I don't always have the skill or the knowledge or know how to handle things. So I've been doing everything I can to self-educate myself and to train him the best that I can. He's a fantastic dog. He's got some issues. My issue with him, like when he's off, I take him every single day. I work remote. I take him every single day to, I explore here because Michigan's got a lot of cool trails and parks and stuff. And I love the nature. So I love connecting with him. I take him off leash. He goes, when I call him, he can be far away, like on our walk, wherever I could still see him. He comes right back happy. In the house, he's good. He's got a little bit of barking issues here and there. But my issue with him that I want to keep working on and make my first goal is leash walking.
Okay.
And I've gotten hurt. I've been in the hospital. I've gotten stitches from falling and getting really hurt. And so this year, in the winter, what I decided to do and what's been working for me is like what you said with the whole pull thing. I swear to God, I almost lost my patience. I did lose my patience one night with him. I try to use all this other information and, when they're pulling, turn the other way or stop and don't let them continue. This dog, he'll stop and he'll sit. But as soon as I start to go again, he's pulling. It's like useless. It's like a whole, I realized, I was like, this is not working. No matter how I had the e-collar, I tried so many different things. What I'm doing right now is I've got him on like a 25-foot lead.
Yeah.
When I take him outside, and I let him go ahead of me. And as soon as he starts, I feel like he's going too fast for me and I can't keep up. I tell him, wait for me. And he stops. He looks at me, he stops, he waits. But then it's just, this is my issue. This is what I failed. I have failed so bad.
Do you think he's fulfilled? Do you think he's fulfilled with exercise?
I think he could get more.
Yeah. So no. So he's not. Yeah, so that's likely we got to figure out. It sounds like you have the same problem, which is like, I want to get him out, but what does he do? What's his biggest issue? Is just his pulling, his leash pulling?
His leash pulling, and he can be, I guess you guys were calling it reactive. I've been trying to figure out, is it because he's afraid at times when he barks and wants to go after somebody? But I'm not afraid that he'd ever hurt somebody, because I've never seen him like be aggressive, but I've seen him be like, let somebody, or if they're across the street, if it's a person or another dog, I've seen him get his, he gets his hackles up and he's pulling, and I've had to pull and yank him back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But what happened with the board and train? So what was that like? What did you do? It was like, you just sent him for a couple of weeks or something?
I sent him for 30 days.
How many sessions did you do with the trainer?
None.
That's crazy to me, but okay.
Yeah. Well, what happened was I kept trying to call. Every time I contact the guy, he would send me a video, or he would text message me. And then he had told me we were supposed to meet up at like Home Depot one day and like do a walk in Home Depot and see how good he is. I could see that he lost weight and he didn't look like he was happy.
Yeah.
And then when I went,
then they taught e-collar and stuff. Look, I'll just say like if you guys are any of you guys are gonna be signing up for a program like Donna did and like stuff that we offer, you have to be they have to be offering consultations throughout it. So people understand what we do. If you had your dog come here for like 30 days, like a 4-week deal, the first week, first you're doing a video call with me to like let me understand this dog. Then they come for an in-person assessment where I see the dog, I see the people, we check some things. Okay, then I give my suggestion of what things are going to be. Then they go home. Week 1, we do a video call like this, but it's like for over an hour, and we're going over like all the things we're working on with this dog. We're working on, we're explaining. We have a lot of questions like, have you ever seen the dog do this? Da da da, like things like that. Then week 2, you're in person. Week 3, you're in person. Week 4 is a go home. Week 5, you come back after you took the dog home. After the dog's been home for a week, you come back and do more. Like we do all that. That's part of the package throughout it. Because this is why.
I am your poster child. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I am the poster child of. I spent $3,000. On this guy, and I am the poster child that I did not advocate enough for myself to say to the guy, hey, no. When I went to go pick this dog up, all right, in my brain, I said, all right, well, we didn't meet, but now we're going to meet. Got it. Like now, okay. I kept questioning, when are we going to meet? And he kept saying to me, oh, well, next week or this week. And it was 4 weeks. So when I went to go pick the dog up, I could see he was still pulling on the leash. Like we had him on a short, and the e-collar. We had him on the e-collar. I have a little bit of experience with the e-collar, which I got afraid of the e-collar. So I stopped using that. But I could see the dog was like the same. Yeah.
He
just wanted to get in the car and come home.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just, there's a lot of it going on. So that's why I'm trying to like just make sure everybody's seeing that and make sure no one else has to experience. Unfortunately, you had to experience it, but like you're not alone, because I would say a good portion of my clients have been through that experience in some form. Like at least been through trainers who like kind of sold them a bill of goods and was like, that wasn't really what you told me we were going to do, or the results weren't there, whatever it is. Look, what I do, it's not the rehabilitating dogs and getting dogs out of issues, which is intervention, and like it is not that challenging for me to do and my team to do. What's challenging is educating the humans and getting them to see it and getting them to overcome their own personal things too. So this is what I mean by that. It's like the dog stuff we're going to teach you. Like we're going to know what to do with the dog. You'll understand why he's doing it, how to deal with all those things. But then might become, but how do you feel in this moment when that dog comes? I feel really nervous. Okay, so you feel really nervous. So what's going to help you feel not nervous in that scenario? This tool, understanding this technique, that makes me feel better. Okay, so that's going to help you feel better in that scenario. My point is I'm really helping the person overcome things about themselves that are preventing them from doing the dog thing. To give you a perfect example, I told one where the lady said, I told the lady she had to correct the dog. I think I told her about this in the last one. She had to correct the dog. I was like, you have to correct your dog. Your dog's losing its mind. People coming to the house. You have to tell them no and give them guidance. And we found out it was because her father was this overbearing, like dictator type person that she didn't want to be like that to the dog. So it had nothing to do with the training or the technique or anything like that. She just didn't, inside of her, she had something she hadn't dealt with that the dog had come into her life, in my personal opinion, to point out. So now go ahead, sorry.
I'm a single mom. I raised 2 adult children. Okay. But my parenting style, I look at this dog and I go, this is why that man told me I shouldn't have this dog, because this dog has made me grow in leaps and bounds of owning my own slackness or not that whole thing.
Yeah, I get it.
And I'm struggling, and I'm proud because I really made a lot of progress. Yeah. And I think he's made progress, but I want to continue doing that and not have to pay another $3,000 somewhere because I made some mistakes. I really did. That guy, if I could ever see him again to his face, I would tell him right straight up.
I wouldn't even bother.
He
Just let him go. Just don't even worry about it. It's pointless. It's just a waste of time. So you just got to focus on what we can do right now. So look, I hope everyone's clear that heard all that about if you're going to be signing up with a trainer, be sure that they are going to work with you. Like, this whole idea of like sending the dog to get trained and giving it back to the human is ridiculous. It's not real. It's not realistic. You could do it with like super easy dogs for sure. And it's like some laid back dog and just get it to walk better on leash. Okay. But with anything real, it's a relationship. So we're not teaching I don't consider myself a dog trainer, as crazy as this sounds. Caesar said it perfectly years ago. I rehabilitate dogs and I train people. I'm a human trainer about dog psychology and dogs. That's it. I don't training the dog. To me, I'm like, I'm rehabilitating him to get back to a state of mind. Okay, I get there's some training aspect to it of teaching him how to walk this way and this. My point is to people is, why would the dog do those things for that person? Wouldn't they do it if they view that person as a leader? Yes. And that's the job, in my opinion, of me when I'm working with you, when you're here, to get you to understand, what do I have to do so my dog views me as a leader? What are the things that are preventing me from doing those things inside of me or in my life or whatever it is that we can navigate and figure it out, and then giving you the skills of what to do with that actual dog in those moments. You see it? So what you need right now is you got to start working on just this leash walking thing. But instead of, I was actually going to say we should start doing a long line, but not so much on a walk. I would go try to find like an open field or a park, and I would do long line. I'm going to send you a video. You can look it up. It's one that I posted. I actually think it's one of the most recent videos I posted. It's one of a long line video that I posted. It's just like me taking a dog, going back and forth and over here and over there. Essentially what happens with that is you put your dog in a long leash. So instead of he goes all the way out and you have to like tell him, hey, and stop and whatever like that, he's about to go to the end of the leash and you just go the other way.
Yeah, I've tried that. I've tried doing that, not like as actual, like, okay, we're going to go try this and do this now. I've tried to do it when I'm out with him, like to go potty, go take our,
yeah, you got to make like a time for it. You got to set up a time and be like, I'm going to do this for like 10, 20 minutes in like little spurts where I'm going to go for a little bit and do a bunch of directions. And I'm just going to try to get him into starting to pay more attention. Because that's what you're trying to do is, this is what people struggle with all the time is that the dog pays attention to them in the house. Then they go outside and the dog ignores them. It's like, you're irrelevant now. And then you're just being held by a leash. So the dog's in front from their perspective, just pulling and looking around and doing this. You know what I'm saying? So the long line can let them go out there, and all of a sudden you just left. And the dog's like, wait, what? Why aren't you just following me? It's like, oh, because I'm not a follower. That's why. That's the answer. And I'm just going to go this way. And he catches up to you. And he's next to you. You could tell him good boy when he's giving you attention. And then he goes ahead. You zip it up. And he starts going somewhere else. Let him go out. As he both about to the end of the line, boop, just go the other way. The point for him is he's going to be, think about it from his perspective. He's walking over here. You're back there, right? La, la, la. All of a sudden he hits the end of the line. Duh, what? So that wakes us up. Pay attention. Where's my human? I better go find her and follow her so that time he's following you all the way back to you. If he comes with you, you reward. If he goes away, let him go away and repeat. And you do 10, 20 minutes of that daily.
All right, I'm gonna try it today.
Yeah, and keep me posted. Like, I can help you a little bit more in depth. You know what I mean? A little bit more in depth. But I need to see.
Stay in touch with you guys somehow. I looked up your thing, and I'm like, I'm not near New York now.
Yeah.
But like, if I could come there, I would. I would go over to you.
Yeah.
Because it would be worth it for me. Because I'm like in the mindset now of really wanting to. I am, and I know I've made progress with him, bonding with him, and him getting to, look at me and see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just I'm struggling.
I get it.
I'm gonna try that.
But we're here to support. Like I'll tell you that, like, it might seem, but you're gonna learn a lot in the struggle.
Yeah.
You're going to learn a lot.
Patience.
Yeah, because you're sticking with it. So a lot of people give up. So that's what you have to say already is like a majority of people in my position would have given up and said, and I'm not saying giving up meaning they would rehome the dog, because rehoming a dog is not always giving up in my opinion. I'm saying like giving up meaning like, I'm just going to keep this dog and I'll just deal with it. I'll just like let him kind of stay inside and put him in the kennel, whatever. Like, you're not giving up. You're saying I'm going to accomplish it. So if you always keep that mindset, you will accomplish it.
Yeah, I want to be able to take him more places with me.
Yeah.
I'm living here in Michigan, and I've taken him to the lake. He likes to swim and do all kinds of stuff, and I want to keep that kind of lifestyle with him. So I have to feel safer or know that I have more control
That's right.
over him,
That's right.
so we can continue doing these things.
So start with the basics. Start with the basics and start with a long line. You could use the remote if you use the long line too. If he's like distracted and staring at something, boop, snap out of it. Let's go. And like have him go, but focus on that. That's the basics of it, of just like starting to go and getting him into this follower state. And once you've achieved it, you finish it. Good. All right, now we go home or we go back inside. And good job. We did a good job. And the more he does that, the more he's going to get into the habit of where's Donna going now? I have to really pay attention because she goes where she wants to go. I have to follow and see where she is.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a good dog.
Yeah.
He really is.
Well, keep me posted on how it's going. Keep me posted on how it's going. And if you need further help, like we could always do another call, or I could potentially advise somebody who might be able to help you with that in your area and stuff. I could look around, see if I can find somebody.
So how am I going to know when you're going live again like this? Like I'm not always on Facebook all the time. Are you going to be like, how could I find, like, I just by accident found you this morning, today. So I'm coming up. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, I get it. I'm coming up with this guy. I mentioned it earlier in the call. I said, in the beginning of the call, I had said, for 2026, I'm going to try to pick up, I'm going to pick a date and a time, like a day of the week and a time that I'm going to try to do this every week. So you guys will know, like, it's like this, it would be, all right, Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern, Steve goes live for questions.
That's really cool that you're doing this for people.
I'm happy.
I know
it's
there's
my
a lot
pleasure.
of people.
This is what I can do to give
really
back.
thank you.
Like dogs gave me so much, and I was like in a struggling spot. And dogs are struggling, and humans are struggling. So I thought that like I feel like I have to. I just feel a little bit of responsibility to dogs and people because we're all connected. So I had this info that I learned through like shit I had to go through and like flying across the country to see Caesar a million times and then this trainer and therapists and all this shit to provide. I'm happy to give it for people because I know it's going to help the whole.
Yeah. I love Caesar too. I've been following him for a long time.
He's a great dude. He's a great guy.
Are great.
He's very, very misunderstood by people. Some people love him. He's a polarizing guy, because people don't understand. So if they don't understand, they usually go to fear or hate is one or the other. It's usually what they do, unfortunately. So,
thank you.
But keep me posted, all right?
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I will.
Great talking with you, all right? Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
I just cut her off. Sorry, Donna. I wanted to hear what you said. Okay. Let's go. Let me do the next one. Give me feedback, guys, too. And let me know if you are enjoying this, if it's like making... Who is that? Jules. Okay. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this. Jules, you're next. What's up, Jules?
Hi from Ontario, Canada.
Nice. Where in Ontario?
Close to the Michigan border, actually.
Okay.
In Sarnia, yeah. So I'm just adding to the group of GSD issues today.
Okay.
I've had GSDs my whole life, Rotties, and trained them myself, followed Caesar since probably his beginning, and have loved you forever. Thank you for doing this. We're all very grateful.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Speak on behalf of everybody. So never had issues my whole life with dogs. I feel very blessed to have used dog psychology and connected and followed you guys and learned so much. So I haven't had any issues. This is a new issue for me. So 4-year-old, very balanced GSD. My husband and I are at home, so she's home most of the time with us. Gets a decent amount of exercise. She does like an hour walk in the morning. It's not really a walk, in all honesty. It's an off-leash park or a trail that I take her to. So she's off-leash more than on-leash. When we do go for a walk, she's not on the leash for very long, and then we let her off the leash. Just because she is very well balanced, no issues, no reactivity, great with people, great with all other animals. She goes to a daycare randomly, just for the socialization as well. She's the only dog in the home, although I have 2 cats. So no problem. She's gone there since she was 6 months old, and we did that early purposefully. So she would get used to other dogs, etc. The last 2 times that she's gone to daycare, including this morning, and I'm glad I found you today also. I didn't realize you had a live today. She has attacked other dogs that she's known for years. She's grown up with these dogs. It's super random. They're absolutely shocked at the daycare, as am I, trying to figure out where this is coming from. She's never been that dog. She's had little dogs run up, bite her in the face. She looks at me like, are we doing anything about that? No, we're not. I can't emphasize enough how well balanced she is and how proud I am of her and all the work we've put into her.
Yeah.
Because It always pays off, right? So I'm really stuck and heartbroken and shocked that she's doing this. The dog today required stitches, laceration to the chest.
Okay.
The last time it happened, which was 2 weeks ago, she hadn't been in several months. She was playing with another female dog. She's a female. And another dog approached. She didn't like that, did the correction. Dog backed off, no problem. Dog came back again. And she went at that dog. And again, laceration. So I'm just absolutely behooved. I have no idea. The only thing that I can go back to is what you would say and what Caesar would say is, I don't think it's an exercise issue for her. We're very good with boundaries and limitations. We don't do the whole over affectionate thing with her at all. We're very religious about that. The only thing I can think of is we're not doing the walk, the leader leash walk.
Maybe.
I am going to get her checked out medically just to rule that out if there's something.
She's spayed too? Yeah?
She is spayed, yeah.
Yeah. So I put here, like when you were, by the way, so for the audience knows, that was a very good job of like giving me the info. You did a very good job. Like, I forgot to do this because I wanted to say this last time of like, we do this every time I teach a workshop with Caesar. We're like, all right, so when you're going to ask Caesar a question, it's not like, so I grew up in like for an hour. Like, it's like, so, all right, here I am. I'm in Ontario, GSD, boom, boom, boom. So I can give
I value your time and I know everybody wants a turn. So I'm super
really
grateful to even get this opportunity.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. But I've circled here out of all the things, like, is this a daycare problem? Meaning, like, is it not your dogs that's the problem? Is it the daycare that's the problem?
It occurred to us, but only fleetingly, Steve, because she's been there since she's been 6 months. And she does not go frequently. And like I said, that's on purpose. We're happy to have her here. She travels with us. I even do a little bit of training just for friends. Don't pretend to be a professional at all.
Yeah.
But I've had pups at the house. She's great with them on the street, no reactivity. Everybody's barking. She's just like, whatever. All the things you would hope and pray your dog is from putting in all that work and listening to you guys. So it's just super random. The last time she was playing this morning, as soon as they opened the gate and, the dogs come up, which again, it has never been an issue. It was instant. Yeah. They called me 5 minutes after I dropped her off. They're like, Jules, you're not going to believe this. And I spoke to them as well. And they're just like, we don't get it. And I'm like, do you feel like it's anxiety? Do you feel like it's fear? And they're like, no, there's no vibe of any of that. It's just very unlike her. They use her to train and to do their assessments. They take her into the room because they know she's so well balanced. If they have a reactive dog before they do their assessments for daycare, they take her. It's just, I'm so desperate. I just have no idea.
Does she do any of this shit with you? Has she ever done any of this behavior with you guys?
Never.
Yeah, and never. Even and since then, like even when you take her back, like after 2 weeks ago, like nothing. She was fine after that.
Absolutely fine. In fact, so they put her in a crate on her own, and they gave her lunch or whatever, and they said we'd like to keep her and put her back out after after lunch, and they did that, and she was fine. Not with that dog because that dog sadly got hurt.
What was that dog like? Do you know? You know what dog's energy was like?
It was another big dog. I can't remember the breed. It wasn't a GSD. This morning it was a retriever, and you know what they're like. They don't come any more low-key and happy-go-lucky than that. Another, a dog she knows. I can't remember the breed of the other dog. It was told to me, but I've forgotten. But it's a dog that's familiar to her.
But so I mean, I don't mean that so much. I mean, like, what was the dog's energy like? Or what was this? Was it an excited dog? Like a
she was dog? Playing with her. She was playing with her BFF, and that's the owner's dog, and they were just the two of them were playing. That was fine. And the dog came over and wanted to join, and she did a little correction appropriately. And the dog wandered away, and then the dog came back. And I think it was the third time the dog came back, maybe with a bit of excitement. I don't know. They didn't indicate that. And I mean, they kind of follow you guys do. Like, we're all on the same page, so I trust their judgment, and I trust how they read her energy and what's going on with the situation, the corrections. They understand all of that. And they said, maybe she was just jealous or something, or she didn't want that dog to join at that time. But for her to do that, right after she did that initially, she wandered away. And they said, it almost looked like she thought, oh, what did I just do? And wandered away.
Yeah.
Today, and that was just it wasn't even a verbal cue. As soon as it happened, she walked away, and then other dogs came, unfortunately. But today it was that to physically remove her. What? Like,
How old is she? She's 2?
She's 4.
But it's hard to say because it's like I really got to see what's going on at the daycare.
Yeah, it's nothing different, Steve. That's what's so strange. It's the same people. It's they're great handlers.
No, but it's always going to be different. Like, so every day that I do daycare, it's a different day of daycare. Like the everything's the same as far as strategy and what we're doing and stuff. But who the group is going to be different. So like my point is, I gotta have 50 dogs out there, and everything's great. I bring one energy in there that's like this rowdy, excited, whatever energy, changes the entire group. Everything changes.
Yeah,
so
fair.
I don't know if one of these dogs, because like my point is like, what I'm thinking is like, my shepherd's never done that, but I'm also like on it. I'm with him, so I've never seen him do that, something like that. But like he can get into that mode too. And then we have some of the dogs here who come for daycare who aren't like getting the same level of leadership that I give. Sometimes he gets into a little bit of like, why are we letting that dog do this thing? Like, why are we letting? And I have to remind him, hey, I know that we're on a different level of this stuff, but we have to tolerate these things. She just might not be tolerating it as much. There might be some, because what people are going to say is like, same daycare, same. Yes, but one dog could have been different there. And that one dog could have been one that was like bothering her, being rude. She told her 5 times, get away. And then she finally corrected. And now she's like, so I got to really start doing this to these dogs here because they're not getting it here. And my humans here aren't helping me to tell these dogs stop being so fucking pushy with me.
Oh.
Okay.
I always look inward first, right?
Yeah, of course.
I always look, And what you're saying makes complete sense. I always think, okay, back to basics. This is me. It's not my dog. It's me. You know, I got to own it. I'm at the end of the leash. So I'm thinking, do I need to get back more to the basics? Am I giving her too much freedom by not having her on the leash?
Doesn't seem like it because you don't have any issues with her.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. So do you think that the last episode has made her less tolerant as a whole now when the dogs approach? Is that kind of what you're thinking or what?
Potentially, but it doesn't seem like it is because like you said, this doesn't seem to be like going into your regular life So it might be related or associated with that daycare, that the arousal in that place, even though they're probably doing a good job, I don't know. Again, this is without me saying, so I don't know how it is in there, but if there is too much arousal in there, some dogs don't do good with that stuff. Some dogs are just like...
And we know GSEs get overwhelmed easily. And they know that too, right? Like they don't put her in the big crazy groups. You know, they keep her kind of with her own little crew. And again, it's a crew she's known for her 4 years of life. So I just... Okay.
Like for me with that, right? Like if that was my thing and I was watching my team and a dog, like I saw your dog and another dog like playing and another dog came over and was like trying to get involved and your dog's like, correct?
Right.
I would make sure, like I would tell your dog, I understand why you did it. Go back to calm surrender. You back to calm, come back together. You guys got it? Okay, good. That you understand, stop bothering her. You understand that I understand what you did, but you're not allowed to just now keep going and like do more of this policing.
Right. Yeah.
So the fact that it was like
the
third
last time,
time,
a couple weeks.
sorry to interrupt, but it was like she said it was like third time she came over and then she went after. I mean, so what were the people doing to stop that from happening? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The last one made more sense to me. Not that it's okay. I'm not suggesting there's anything okay about it. But today, for her to do that as soon as they open the gate, she just lunged for that other dog.
Yeah, she's created that association now with that place.
Pardon me?
She's created that association with that place, and it could be related to that excited ass greeting that a lot of these daycares do. Like, I don't do that. I don't, like, when we bring a dog into the daycare, I don't let them crowd and go to the front. I send them away. Get away.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either.
Unless I have a dog unless it's a dog who's coming in who's like, yeah, I'm gonna be all pushy, then I'll let them go and stop them and like slow the dog down. But if a dog just coming in, they're not like excited at the gate, because I know like a dog can easily overwhelm with that crap. Like there's a lot of you here and you're all coming at me and like, why are you all on me? Get away.
Yeah.
Like my shepherd, like he comes in and I let him do it to him because I'm like just like seeing what his skills are and stuff. He's like a little bit more confident. He like pushes them out of the way, like get off me, and like just kind of comes in. Yeah. He's like, yeah, what's up? Like that kind of thing. But not all German shepherds are gonna do that. Is my point. Some of them are gonna be like some more sensitive ones. Are gonna be like, God, what is with all these dogs? I'm uncomfortable here, even though I do have fun at times here. It's just a lot of arousal here. I did a video review a while back of a daycare. There was like a whole thing that happened. It was like a big, I don't know if she's still there. We lost her video. There was a whole thing that happened. It was like a big fight in the daycare, and I was like breaking it down. I said, look at how much arousal is here, and yelling and screaming and all this stuff. And like, hey, get back over here, sit down. And I just made a point of like, this is a lot of arousal in this daycare, but what then the daycare person like started like sending me messages. You don't understand all this whole thing. I was just like, I'm not trying to say that you're running a bad play. I'm just saying in this moment, this daycare was very excited and how this fight was handled wasn't ideal. So I don't know what happened to Jules. We lost her, but if she comes back, we'll bring her back on. But that's one that's a very unique one for sure. And my thought process, so you guys understand there, is that it seems like she has a really good relationship with the dog and she's had no issues with this dog in her personal life, and the dog's having issues at that place with the dogs there. Who are the dogs? So because people could come with those assumptions usually, which is like, it's the same daycare. It's the same thing. I'm like, the dogs are different though. The staff might be a little bit different. That time of year might be, there's a lot of things that could be a dog who was unneutered in there before. I don't know. There's a lot of factors that could happen there that could switch. So it's not always the same. One interesting one, even what I heard, I was listening to this well-known therapist, and the guy was saying to the therapist, he goes, we grew up in the same home. Like me and my sister grew up in the same home, the same parents, the same thing. And the therapist goes, no, you didn't. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? Yes, I did. He goes, no. He goes, you were the second child. Your sister was the first child. That's already a different childhood. Your parents are at a different phase of their life when they had it. The times were different. Energy was different. You were the second child. Things are still different. My childhood with my brother, a lot of similarities, but there was a different experience. I was the firstborn. My brother was the younger one. You know what I mean? So it's different. Everything can be different with that scenario. So one of my point is with this, not to ramble again, but when you're bringing your dog to the daycare, just the dogs being different means that's a different daycare that day. Ideally, the staff there should know how to handle, no matter what dogs come there who have been accepted to the program, know how to deal with those dogs. So someone should know with her dog that, hey, when dogs come up and really like start pushing on her, she can get a little bit much. So we have to just make sure we teach the other dogs in our daycare not to be so pushy with her. The dog shouldn't be pushy in a daycare as far as I'm concerned. That should be taught. But the issue is a lot of daycares in the world are not really being run by people who understand dog psychology, training, behavior, and things. They're basically, a lot of times it's a money person who's a business person who says this dog thing is like, they read the reports of business and like dogs is going to be an industry to get involved in. And they say, okay, I'll build one of these daycares and make it really fancy and and they hire the college kids and people who don't really know what they're doing. The owners don't really know what they're doing. They bring all these dogs in and then all of a sudden scuffles and fights start happening and they're putting dogs separate and this and this and that dog's kicked out and then stitches and yeah, I know, because you don't understand the psychology. I was like, how can we house dogs? Could you imagine sending your kid to a daycare who the people there don't understand kids? It's like, what? But that's what we're doing with dogs. We're actually doing that. And I get it because we don't know. We're just assuming that these professionals should know about dogs. That's what I assumed before I got involved in dogs. I was like, yeah, the trainers know what they're doing. I got to learn from them. I'll give you the one. Caesar came to America, jumped the border illegally back in the day. He'll tell you this. Because he came to America thinking that I have to come to America to learn from the Americans who train Rin Tin Tin and Lassie. That's what he thought. And then he came here and said, holy shit, these Americans have no idea what to do with their dogs. That's what happened. So that's what it was. You just have to realize that the world is just uneducated about dogs. I was too. And I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm right. And it's all me. I'm just sharing like all this shit that I picked up. I don't see myself as like in the thing with the professionals. I see myself as in it with all of you guys. And I like got sucked into this industry and I'm like letting you guys know this is what's behind the wall of this like whole dog training, daycare, boarding. This is what's behind it. It's a lot of people who really don't understand it, who are going to act as things and say certain things and advise you certain things, which could be detrimental. So don't take anybody's advice. Just blindly take advice, including mine. Like you have to like say like let me hear this. Does it resonate with me? Does it make sense with me? Okay, it does. I'm going to apply this and see if I see anything with it and go with it. Don't just like blindly believe me. You know what I mean? I'm giving you guys honest shit. I think I've done 15 years of this, so you guys see that I'm honest and giving you the real shit. But I'm just saying, don't just take my word. You have to actually go apply this stuff and learn it and do it to see if it actually works. I know it works, but again, if there's more individual stuff that I need to help you on your journey, I'm here for it. We have the video calls to do. Let's keep going a little bit more. If you guys are cool with it, I know this is like, I just like doing these. They go long I know, but we'll do a little bit more and then we'll wrap it up. Who's next? Alex, you're next. What's up, Alex?
Hey, how you doing, Steve?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I've been trying to get in touch with you for the longest, and I really don't have any issues with any dog that I ever had. I'm more here just to say that I like the fact that you mentioned Caesar, that you learned from him, because when Caesar started his Dog Whisperer show, I've been keeping up everything, and I base my life off what I learned from him to transfer it to my dogs. Any dog. I've had pit bulls, German shepherds, whatever. And now, I don't know if you ever heard about Rover. It's an app that, for dog sitting. So I've been doing that, and, it's been going really well for me. And I apply all these things that I learned from Caesar, and the fact that I discovered that you also have the same ideology and the same, like the same way that you treat the dog, that Caesar treated, you have that same ideology.
Yes.
And I love it. And I think that when Caesar, like you just said, I like the fact that you mentioned Caesar like that. I've been through a lot of customers now, and then I have people say, oh, Caesar's a bad trainer, and they criticize. I'm like, no, he's not a bad trainer, and he's not a trainer. He's a rehabilitator.
Yeah.
And people have to really understand, especially in America, that it's an animal. We forget the basis that it's an animal.
That's right.
And I think that's what happens here in the U.S., And when I saw your videos and I started following you more, I was like, this guy is great. And
appreciate it.
That's why I'm here, because I just really want to thank you on the sense that you're like straightforward, just like Caesar. I'm straightforward, and I like to say the things up front. And sometimes people really do get offended by the actual truth about the animal. And you're not trying to offend them. You're just telling them things to make them as a better owner, I would say.
That's right. Yeah.
So they can understand.
I made a decision. I was like, I'm always like, I was like, I'm just going to be honest and authentic with people, and I'll deal with them being offended if I say things. I mean, of course I'm going to have grace and try to be like, I'm not going to, my point is like someone's overweight, I'm not like, you're fat. I don't do things like that. but
no, obviously, me neither. Like I'm the same way. Like I'm not insulting you. I'm trying to teach you or make you realize that this is a problem. Yeah. And this is what is causing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even the dog.
Yeah, it's really
it's just the fact that you may have something that you don't know about, and the dog is gonna pick up on it because, like you've mentioned it, and also Caesar in a lot of his videos, he's like, the dog does not lie to you.
That's right.
Animal will not lie to you.
100% honest with you.
In general, animal in general.
All of them except for humans.
Yeah.
It's the only one.
And honestly, I really just wanted just to thank you because the fact that, I feel like, you, like you said, from your experience dealing firsthand with the animal or with the dog, you learned everything that you have to learn with them in your experiences.
Yes.
Well, I'm basically, I feel represented, or how do you would say, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And feel what you're saying, because I also did that. I didn't go to school for this. I didn't study. I studied by doing, and mistake that I did, mistake I corrected, and that's how I just got better and better of dealing with the dog.
Yeah, that's
any dog. Like I've had dogs that bit me, but that's all through experience, hand-on experience.
That's right, and that's a teaching
now
moment.
I'm trying to do is build up my dog sitting business, because I've gotten to a point where I have up to like 15 dogs that never even see each other. I do it straight out of my home, and if I have to like empty my living room to cage them and to take care of them properly, I do it because I love the animals, and I tell the owners, this is what it is, and the fact that you mentioned just from the last lady that she had a problem with her German Shepherd in the dog sitting place, I completely agree that, every day it's a different situation. That dog probably doesn't know, is not used to having a high energy dog come salutate every day. So grab them by surprise.
Yes.
And the fact that you mentioned that was just amazing, because it's almost like a logical and obvious thing that, people really don't think at all.
They don't see it.
They never come to think about that.
Yeah, they don't see it. They just don't see it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, like that lady, she understood. She's like, I have my dog down to the T, trained, rehab, well-behaved, calm, assertive, whatever you want to call it. But in a dog sitting place, people don't understand that in a dog sitting place, it to them it's more like a business. I'm getting paid by the hour. You don't know if the person that's taking care of them is really a dog person.
Yeah.
They could be coming stressed. They don't. I love the fact that you mentioned constantly that people have to understand that it all starts with them.
Yes.
And Caesar exploit to me is like he exploited it and taught it. And what bothers me that a lot of people, always talked against him.
Yep.
And I feel like that was the wrong thing, and that's why
he's misunderstood because he's misunderstood. That's why. So like when
it's very misunderstanding, but people really need to learn that there is a way of raising a dog.
Yeah.
Just like there's a right way to raise a child. Not everybody's perfect, obviously.
No.
I have all my dogs. If I was around him 24/7, I could say I have a well-balanced dog, but he's not. Because I'm not around. I got to work, obviously.
My dogs aren't. Look, I do this for a living. My dogs are not perfect. Caesar's dogs are not perfect. I promise you. I know. They're very well behaved, balanced dogs, but they're not perfect. No human's perfect. No dog is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, to me, this is like an honor for me to be able to actually talk to you. I've been trying for the longest to get to you.
That's awesome, bro. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work. You're on it. To give you some,
it's an honor.
To give you some inspiration, just remember that I started with walking one dog for $8 a walk. That's how I started this whole thing.
I know exactly what you're talking. I went into Rover like literally maybe 2-3 years ago, and I told my girlfriend, you know what? I'm just gonna try my dog skills.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try them because I know I could do it. And one day, one lady just came to me. I started with taking care of one dog, and she's like, I have another dog, but he's kind of feisty.
Yeah.
Bring him. I could handle him.
Yeah.
Then from there, I started having a bunch of customers. I raised a lady's Rottweiler since for 4 months, and the Rottweiler is just like my Boston Terrier that I have now. That any dog that I have to like analyze or tell me what's wrong, I use them.
Yep.
But that's because like I said, I believe how you think is the right way, and how Caesar was raised is just the right way.
Yep.
I agree. Sometimes I just don't get how people, could talk, and then when he's proven it.
Yeah, well, look, this is what I would tell you. Is that Caesar is polarizing because he's misunderstood without a doubt. So over the years, just from me having my name be Pack Leader Dogs, which I literally picked on a couch one day when I was like, I got to walk dogs. I don't know, Pack Leader, I like dogs. That's my name, and I just made it. That's why my name. Little did I know. That's why.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So little did I know was people were going to come after me saying Pack Leader is bullshit. It's been debunked. And I had no idea what they were talking about. I was like, what? Caesar's this, Caesar's that. I'm like, what is everyone talking about? So I started looking into like what they were saying. I started reading these studies, these dominance theories, and then all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but did it make sense to me that they were still mad at them? So then I would start asking people questions and like dominance. I'm like, well, what do you mean by dominance theory? And they'd be like, that paper. I'm like, what paper? By who? By what? And they're like, that wolf guy. They don't even know, is my point. So a lot of people, they hear it from somebody. They heard from some trainer, some vet who said that guy is not good. He dominates and he's bad and he's aggressive with dogs. And people just take their word for it. And they're just like, okay, he's not good.
Like, another thing I would say is like with the touch, nobody understood the touch.
Yeah, I know.
And I understood it. Like I understood exactly because, and you mentioned it in a video, it is very important to touch with a high energy or where you need to be really assertive to really get your message across.
Yeah, it's really about the touch thing. Why people get so confused. They see it as you're hitting the dog, right? You hit the dog.
Yeah.
That's why you're beating the dog.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm not hitting him. I'm just touching him the same way the dog would put his paw to pin down the dog.
Yeah. But you know why? But you know why also that he does the touch, and it's usually it would be like back here and like the lower part.
Yeah.
Because so many of the dogs that he was working with when he first came to America, when he would try any sort of corrections on the collars, the dogs were pretty numb to the collar because the people were putting so much tension on the collars and so much leash pressure that the dogs were like numb to any leash pressure. So even if you pop that leash firmly or something, the dog's like, whatever. But then if he goes here and just touches the back of the dog, just touch, and the dog's like.
Yeah. What? I had a dog that the owner brought me, and he didn't tell me that the dog was sensitive. All I knew that the dog had a prong collar. So I go to pull the dog to me, and the dog, I went to go pet his neck, and the dog bit me. They really bit me. So I was like, this has got to be the prong collar that this dog is thing, because he said that it pulled a lot. So I'm big on the slip leash. All I use on all the dogs is slip leash, all of them. Ever since I saw Caesar do it, I use slip leash. The fact that he mentions it in AKC shows to watch it, it's a fact, how they walk the dogs. And the sleep leash was the cure for that dog. You know, it was
Well,
amazing.
the slip leash from the handler who understands dog psychology, who knows how to use that tool, wasn't what it was. Because the problem is sometimes people will watch me, or like they'll see you with the dog or see Caesar with the dog, and they're like, oh, so that's what it was. It was the harness for the slip. Well, it depends how you use that slip lead. So you have to understand the full thing.
Me, to the customers that I see that have prong collars, I tell them, listen, I try to give them to you because I like I said, I've been building up on it a little by little. So I like the idea that I try to give back to the community or to my customers to make them understand that prong collars are good, but to try a slip leash, I work with them so they could learn, and they do see the difference, because I tell them, you could hurt them with a prong. I'm not big on prong collars.
Alex, where are you from?
I'm from Long Island.
Okay. Put in the chat if you want. If there's anyone in Long Island, but you can put in the chat your info. So if they ever want to use you for rover services, put it in the chat. Your info.
I will.
All right.
Yeah, I have an IG account. It's called Biscocha Buddies. I don't know if you
put it in the chat. Put it in the chat so we can see it.
Okay.
All right, bro.
And like I said, more than anything, I just wanted to say thank you and to give me the opportunity to talk. And I really do thank the fact that you're like another backup to the right ideology, how to raise a puppy or a foster dog or a dog in general.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
How they should be treated. I love that.
That's just
honestly that just made it. And the fact that that you mentioned that you didn't go to a school or anything, you just did this by experience. At one point I want to get my certificate because it just looks better on paper.
Yeah.
But I have I'm trying to get to that, but
look,
with time.
The thing is people think about it like we didn't go to school, but what is school? It's where a place where you go to get educated. So it's education. Yes. So you don't have to go to an institution to become educated about things. Is my point. Those are definitely places you can go to learn way more and learn about things. But my question is always, who's teaching it? What's their philosophies? Are they correct about it? Because the problem is what I notice is a lot of the vet behaviorists in the veterinary community. Who do they trust? They trust their instructors. And my question, I'm questioning their instructors. I'm questioning the professors, because their theory is always like, well, this is the way the veterinary community does it. And I'm like, so that authority argument with me doesn't work because I disagree with your authority. So now give me a better argument than that. That's it. And then they don't have one. Because when we get into the details, look, I was like, come on, let's talk about dogs to all these people. No one wants to come on and talk to me.
Yeah. And I understood the fact, like with the other lady, another German Shepherd lady, that she was from New York, that she said that the one with the long leash, that she would put in a long lead, and that she was having problems, but I felt like she just she didn't have like the real rules and boundaries with the dog from the beginning, and that she had to learn, to start from being calm, and following through with the correction. What she wasn't doing, I felt was that, but that's a whole nother thing. But I just like the fact that you're trying to teach people to realize about vets and all that, because at the end of the day, everybody has a different mindset, but it all comes back to how it should be raised, the dog, from day one.
Yeah, I'm just really what I'm sharing with people is like what I've learned, starting as like the guy who was in Hoboken who decided to walk one dog for $8, and what I've learned in 15 years with like, knowing Caesar now for 12 years as a close friend, being around all these other trainers and colleagues and vets and talking with my own experience of thousands of dogs and people. I'm just sharing what I've gotten out of this. And if people were like, I disagree with everything, it sounds bad to say this, I really don't care. Because I'm like, if they're not willing to even hear what I have to say and don't even want to know, that's fine. I understand. But there's millions of people who want to know this stuff. So I focus on you guys who want to hear this stuff and get better. There's many people. There's people in my personal life. There's family members who are not willing to change. They don't want to hear it. No, that's not what you do. Okay, fine. Then do it your way. I'm not going to sit there because
I do the same. I know exactly what you're saying.
It's a struggle.
Exactly
it's a struggle.
What you're saying. It's amazing.
It's actually something I struggled with in my life early on. I think a lot of people do struggle with is they find some information, they get something, and then they're like, I want to get people to do this and share because I want them to feel what I felt, how great this is. But you have to realize
Yeah.
not many people are not. I shouldn't say that. Some people are just not willing to hear it. They don't want it. They don't want advice.
Well, I feel that sometimes people, because they're hard-headed, they just don't want to learn and they don't want to give their arm to twist.
Yeah, someone in the
Knowing that
comments,
they were
someone in the
wrong.
comments said a really good comment. She said some people are too proud to learn, and what that really means to me
Yeah.
is there's too much ego to learn, because they like, I can't
Exactly.
show that I'm vulnerable. I don't know this information, and I relate to it because I used to be like that. I used to have to be the know-it-all who knew everything and and then I was the dumbest one because I didn't really know anything, and I just acted like I knew. And then now I'm like so curious about everything that I want to know, like, what's that about? I don't have any ego that I'm trying to defend and like show how great it is. So it's like, that's out of the way. Now I just want to know, like, about you. What's going on with this? How did you do that thing? That's interesting. I want to learn. I want to know. I'm a perpetual learner. I'm a learner for the rest of my life. Like, I educate, but I learn.
Yeah, and honestly, learning and asking why and all that, it always helps, believe it or not, to me anyway, with a dog.
I agree.
It helps to better a dog to me.
I agree.
My way of seeing it.
So, dude,
Whatever it is. It could be from reading anything.
Dude, I appreciate everything you said. Share your contact info in the thing. So if anybody's in Long Island, then definitely hit him up if you want any services with him. And if you ever want to do anything, just hit us up. Like, we could always do something, maybe come out and see the place, see the ranch and stuff. Cause
Yeah, I definitely would love that. I would definitely love to see you work, because I still have to learn a lot of things in general.
Yeah.
And
we all do.
And one day I'm gonna get to meet Caesar. Just to tell him gracias.
Hey, the next workshop, for anybody who wants to go, I'll be there. It's going to be in April. He's teaching another workshop. We're putting on a workshop in April at his dog psychology center. So you could go to his website and see it on there if anyone's interested in going. So that, just so everybody knows, that workshop, I took that workshop. It was in 2013, first time he ever did it. And he asked me to come back and volunteer. And then now I progressed to be like teaching it with him. It's a great workshop. It's really, really good. And it's why I go. It's why I keep going. It's for me to get away from here for like 5 days and do that is very, very difficult to do. But it's so valuable because it's so valuable to the people there. And it's valuable to me to be around my community of people who really, like, in person, who really want to get better with dogs and understand better themselves, better their relationship. It's just a great experience. So, and you get to learn from Caesar. He's there the whole time. You literally walk a pack of dogs with him for a whole entire walk and get to talk to him. So it's a really interesting thing. And it's a place
I imagine.
I tell people, like, look, even if you hate Caesar's guts, go there and see what he has to say. Listen. At least listen and see it before you're making a judgment without understanding. That's what I'm trying to get people to say. Just understand before you make a judgment. But
exactly.
All right, Alex. It was awesome talking with you, bro.
All right,
keep up the
Steve.
good work. Keep up the good work. You're doing good work, bro.
Thank you. And thank you again for having some time to talk to me. And I really appreciate your work.
Appreciate it,
I really
man.
do. You have no idea.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Keep up the good work. You're doing great work, bro. All right, later.
Thank you.
That was good. One more. All right. So for the ones who I'm not going to select right now, you guys can email info@packleaderdogs.com. We're going to do one more person, whoever's been waiting in the room for this amount of time, and we'll prioritize you for the next call. I'm just working on a lot of back end stuff and getting shit organized so I can hit you guys with a flood of like all new cool stuff that I think is going to be really valuable to you guys. So just bear with me. I promise the content's coming back. It's been painful not posting and like seeing the comments and sharing and all that stuff, but I'm just taking a step back right now just to make sure everything's organized for our like next big phase of like giving even more stuff. But I just have to navigate it properly because obviously the accounts have gotten pretty big now. So there's eyeballs on us and people are like, the scam artists are out there and the people are out there. How can we screw with this whole thing? So I'm just navigating all that to make sure we're just in a free lane to just do this stuff and provide content as much as we possibly can. So, all right, guys, thank you all for coming in. We're going to do one more. Who's the last one? Miriam. You're the last one for today. Thank you all. I see you guys in the waiting room. Thank you all for waiting. Please email Jamie. Can you put it in there, like what the email is? Just the email her, and we'll get you in for the next one. Miriam, here we go. Miriam.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
Thank you. I'm
good. I'm
good. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
So thanks for doing this, by the way.
My pleasure.
So I have a 1-year-old standard poodle, and he's pretty good. I've had him since he was a puppy. He grew up going to work with me. I work with animals, so he's been around a lot of different animals, dogs, things like that, and he's pretty good in the home. I recently had a baby. She's
Congrats.
6 weeks old.
Amazing.
So thank you.
Wait, 6 weeks. So when was the birthday? When was the birthday?
Too, so.
When was the birthday?
November 1st.
Okay. So mine was like 2 weeks later. My second one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We just have it. We have like a 5-week-old right now. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, yeah. I have a 6-week-old. So you know how it is.
Yes, we're in it. I know exactly how it is. Is this your first? Is it your first?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is my first.
Okay.
Yeah. So he went to stay with a friend for the first couple weeks just to make it a little bit easier for bringing the baby home. And somebody that he knew really well, someone I work with. So she's almost like a second, she's like the good substitute for me. So she was able to keep a lot of the same rules, boundaries, and things like that in place for him. Obviously, it was still a big shift. So we're figuring out how to get him enough exercise and things like that. So one of the parts of my question is, how do I get him to use the treadmill? Because I've tried and he's a bit scared of it. I've gotten him on it, but he's like, he kind of hunkers down and gets very tense and stiff on there. And then the main primary part of my question, and this is an issue that we had even beforehand, but it's obviously been amplified now with a different structure to his day and less exercise and things like that, is he's not necessarily reactive in an aggressive way when we see other dogs, but he just wants to play.
Yeah.
So he gets so excited. That's kind of the big thing right now.
Is his reactivity on
and
the
it's like
on
I
the
said,
walk?
it's always been that way. Say that again.
So the biggest issue is the reactivity on the walk?
Yeah, anytime he sees another dog when we're on a walk, he gets so excited and just wants to play. It's not aggression, it's just playfulness. And he's definitely middle back in the pack. So he's a very soft dog, but he is intact. So we're also going through a hormonal change right now, and his nose is taking him everywhere. And he's not very food motivated. Like, he'll be food motivated as long as there's not a lot of other stimulation, and even then he'll get bored of it very quickly.
And he's doing okay with the baby?
He's doing great with the baby. And I watched one of your videos on how to introduce dogs to babies, so we had a lot of distance there at first. So he's very good with the baby, leaves her alone. He doesn't get excited with her at all. He's very good in the home.
Did you have this issue with the reactivity before the baby?
Yes, but obviously it's been amplified now.
Why?
But he's always been very, very, because less exercise.
So you answered your question to a degree.
Stimulation. Yeah.
We just got to figure out how.
That was going to be my next.
We got to figure out how.
That's the second part of my question is, how do I help him? If it's possible to get him to use like the treadmill, for example. I do get him out every single day, but obviously it's not enough.
And the treadmill, you tried it and he got afraid?
Yes.
Where do you live?
Portland, Oregon.
I was like hoping she was going to say like Manhattan. I'd be like, oh my God, let's film this live. This would be perfect. But fuck. All right.
I know. I would have loved to go.
Yeah, that's true. Andre said you could pay me to go to Oregon if you want. Maybe we could just go there. Just do it. I have to make that video.
If I could afford it, I would.
I said it on the last one too that I was going to do this. I'm going to do it. I got to make a video. I think we should do this. I was thinking too potentially with shelter dogs. Yeah, give them some extra. So we can go to the shelter. I just gotta find a shelter that has like a treadmill that I can do it with, and I can show it just to show the process, because I can bring all different types one after another. Because like if I just show one and it's like a dog, because sometimes the dog like picks it up decently, and you don't really learn much from like for the dogs who like freak out about it, you know. So when I get a dog who's like gonna freak out about it, you can see how I'm like dealing with it and using the leash. One setup you can do is, if you do the treadmill, instead of having it open in the room, like put it in the corner. So then
it's already in a corner.
Okay.
So that helps.
So then when it's in the corner, he can't go out the front, can't go to the left. He could go off the back or towards you. So that's ideally you're using a leash. You get him on there, and when you turn it on, like super slow, he's gonna, why is the floor moving? Like that whole thing. You have to be able to ride that to a degree, like a wave. And what a lot of people do there is when the dog starts panicking, they immediately go to a lot of tension. So like the dog's like, and they go, and then now they're getting consistent pressure, and they're like, how do I get this pressure off and this? Where I'm like, if he starts freaking out, I'm like guiding, release, guiding, release, guiding, release. I'm just like guiding, release, block here.
Yeah. he gets less squirrely. He gets very tense and just kind of like tries to lay down on it.
Yeah, that's normal. So you just keep his he'll
Yeah,
lay down,
and
and
so-
as he starts gliding back, he starts to feel the gap, and as he feels the gap, you just give him a little pull forward.
Okay.
It's a little pull forward.
Even though he's okay. Yeah, because I did manage to keep him on it by kind of holding his sides, not with leash tension, but by supporting his body more or less.
Yeah.
And he would kind of walk, but he never got out of that super, super tense stance.
But it's the beginning. It's the beginning. He's going to take time because he's a guy who's a more middle back anyway.
Okay.
And he's already showed you this
Yeah.
thing makes me like feel like this. So those guys need to have like the wave of like, I freaked out, but you supported them through it and got them to continue doing it. Like they didn't run away from it.
Okay.
You know, then he's like, okay, I'm here.
So just do that kind of every day until he gets more used to it, even though we never really potentially get past that point on that day.
Yeah, you'll do it just a little bit, but you remember how you're gonna be there with it too. So when he's nervous and if he's like being all weird, that's where you want to kind of just like he's like freaking out a little bit or whatever. You want to keep quiet and just help him with the leash and just guide him.
Okay.
Then when he's starting to be like, when he gets, because some of them do get in that mode when they're like, okay, I can do it, but they're like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They can't stay like that.
Exactly.
They can't stay like that forever because eventually they start getting fatigued of like holding all that tension, that they start to like kind of loosen up a little bit. And you'll see him like, he might go like eventually like shake a little bit or something. And then he's letting all this tension out. Or then once he's kind of like doing it and he's like kind of going with it, you can be like softly like, good boy. But not so much like, oh, what a good little boy. Like more of motivational coach. Like, wow, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
That's my man. Look at you go. I'm so proud of you. It's like a kid. You know what I mean? You'll learn this. You'll learn it quick. I learned this with my 21-month-old. But you know what I mean? You're like, wow, good job. And then you get to the point where he's feeling a little bit better about it. And then you stop it when he's in a good state. And then you just don't let him rush off. So you stop it and he might be like, okay, it stopped. I can now flight. It's like, no, just, he goes to flight. No, stay here.
Right.
Settle down now. So step one is we stop the treadmill when he's doing it nicely. And then it stops. And then he might say, I'm going to get off. No, stay here.
Okay.
Now he might get a little excited. You wait. He might try again. Nope. And then he settles down and gives you eye contact. Good boy.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. And you, would you start, so I started it before I asked him to go on. I had him go on it when it was stopped at the very beginning, just so he could know he could get up there. But I found it was better to start it and then have him try to get on. I don't know. What do you recommend? Because when I tried to start it when he was on it when it was stopped, I think that freaked him out a little bit more.
Yeah, it can. It's a different strategy.
Yeah.
It's a different strategy. It's not usually how I do it, but you got to remember, like I've trained so many dogs how to be on a treadmill and do it. So I've like done it so many times that like I don't need to do like that step. But that works for you, and he's more willing to go on. I'm definitely going to work with the dog. Like to give you an example, if I'm like dog training world, like hardcore obedience world is like place, right? And that dog needs to go on a beeline directly there and lay like that. If I say place to a dog and he's like, I'd prefer to go like that way and go there and lay down, feel free. I don't care. That's me because I'm not competing.
That's definitely what he does.
You know what I mean? But I'm not. I'm not competing. I'm not competing my dogs in obedience, so I don't need that crap. I just want my dog. When I tell them to do something, I don't need them to rush and do it fast. I want them to do it calmly, and if they feel better going at like this angle to do, that's fine. If they still go there, that's fine for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna do a video though.
Okay,
I'll do a
and
video.
then-
I'm gonna do a video so you can see it. I gotta do more of those. There is a video on YouTube. I'm pretty sure of me teaching some dog like from back in the day.
Okay.
On treadmill. It's like a 40-minute video.
I'll
I'm
try to
pretty
find
sure.
it.
Yeah, but that's more like a dog, like a puppy. So there's like, I have two of them. I was one of me teaching like one of my puppies to go on the treadmill. So that's one if you guys have a puppy to see how to introduce a treadmill. It's a great one. And then I have one of like, I was at some client's house. This is like many years ago. She had like some golden mix thing that was like a nervous dog and was like kind of freaked out on there. And we went through the whole process of how to do it. So it's a little longer video, but you get to see from start to finish what I did.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'll try and find that for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm gonna do
And then-
I'm gonna do
so
more
that
with
should
the
definitely
YouTube in the future.
help.
I promise.
Well, I mean, Instagram's great. That's where I watch most of your stuff anyway. But the longer videos, I understand YouTube's better.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that should help a lot with the reactivity. And then if he still gets super playful, and I think when I was listening to one of the calls earlier, it was more about like correct socialization, I think, too. I mean, he's been socialized a lot with animals, but it was always kind of the same dogs. And I think if he ever met a dog that didn't tolerate his energy and he would get a big correction, he might understand a little bit better. But right now, he just thinks every single dog wants to play with him. And it's very annoying.
Yeah.
And
it's an impulse control. It's an impulse control issue.
Part of it too.
It's an impulse control issue. So you have to, like, that's where you're making the right thing of like, maybe he's not getting this play. Like he has a higher play drive and he's not getting it, and we're not fulfilling it enough. So that could be something you consider more play. That's actually a great, like, I don't know how I don't mention this more often, but like playing with your dog, but structured play with your dog is such a great bonding thing. And not only is it great for bonding, it's great for the relationship of the leader-follower relationship, because there's a give and take of the game. They have to understand the rules. Okay, when do I let go of this thing? I can't play that intense. What do I do to get so play with a dog is great. That's a great way to bond. And I think I don't do enough of talking about that. You know why? Because a lot of what I do is intervention. People have issues and shit. So I'm like, we have to like reduce excitement and reduce certain things. And I forget to say, but we can make structured play a thing too, because that's a really good like bonding training thing. I've done some videos on that. I think I should do more on that too, because play is another really good one too. But I think what it is for you is like that this could be all encompassing is what I'm saying, is like getting the treadmill, overcoming that, motivating him to do that, getting him comfortable with that. You're increasing his confidence level. He accomplished doing something new. He's got another thing he can do. Yeah. And now you can drain energy of him. It's not just the physical energy, it's the psychological challenge of it too, of focusing on the tread and not looking at everything else. You know what I mean? So then and with that,
definitely, I mean, he's very intelligent. He definitely has the standard poodle brain.
Yeah. Which is good and bad sometimes, you know what I mean? It's like, it's good because they're easy to learn, but they're also like figure shit out easily too. They're like watching you like,
I do know
I see how you did that. That's my shepherd. He does that. I watch him. I'm like, you little shit. I watch him like I'm doing something and he's like, so that's how that door works. You know, like I'm like, okay, I got you. But I think you'll get it.
I know German shepherds that know how to open doors.
Yeah. So he goes up at that, and now I say crate, and his door's closed. He knows to unlatch it, open it, and put himself in it now. It's like, I don't want you to know that, but okay. But yeah, that's the other thing you have to do is if you accomplish this treadmill thing, I actually don't say it enough, but I think teaching a dog treadmill is another one, like a play thing, which is a very bonding, great experience for a dog. They learn a new skill. They get to release energy. You're teaching them and supporting them through it. You're leading the experience. You're teaching them exactly what to do. All those things are also happening. This is why, like, that's like the treadmill is like a really good bang for your buck activity.
Cool. Okay, so we're on the right track.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then just any feedback as far as if we are walking and I want to redirect him and food's not working, I can't get his nose to me.
You might have the same thing that many of the callers had though. It might not be about the redirection or rewarding right now. It might be about extinguishing the reactivity and excitement first, then doing the redirection and reward stuff. There might be something because that's a big one that I find is like when people come here is that they can get to the point where they can like get the dog to like look away a little bit or stop momentarily, but the dog's kind of like still in it and they don't finish it. They don't like get the dog to be like, we don't want you to do this lunge thing. We understand why you're doing it or why you're getting excited. We get you. We get it. But that option out of fight, flight, avoid, and acceptance, fight state moving forward is not an option that any of us can have. We get why you want to do it, child, like which is like a dog. Yeah, we get why you want to do it.
Yeah,
I get why you want to go to the restaurant and color all over the table and stuff. That's just something we can't do, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Super. That's really helpful advice.
You see it. So then once, but look at this really quick. Once they get that part, okay, I can't color. That's the moment of like, man, what can I do? I can't color on a table. It's like, oh, well, there's a coloring book you could color in. Oh, redirect. Okay, I can use the coloring book. You see it? But if you just say like, if a kid's coloring on the table, no, do the book instead. They're like, okay, color on table or color on the book. Which one? I don't know, I'll choose whatever I want.
I'm gonna color on the table.
Which they will. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Well, keep me posted.
If I have any more issues, I'll book I'll book a longer
Definitely.
call with you or something.
Yeah, we could go into more detail for sure.
Cool.
And you could get like, and with those calls
That would
too,
be
if
awesome.
anyone books a call with me, what's a really good thing to do is take video of the dog in certain scenarios, his reactions and stuff, so I can watch those videos before or during the call and we can break them down.
Okay.
It's very helpful.
Thank you so much.
My
really
pleasure.
helpful, and I really appreciate your work and everything that you're doing.
Appreciate it. Thank you. My pleasure. I love it. I love doing
Bye.
it. Thanks. Be
Thanks.
good. All right, Miriam. That was awesome one. So how long did we go today? Almost 3 hours again. Damn. I can't believe it's 3 hours. I see you guys all in the waiting room still. Thank you all for joining. We're going to get it going. So this is, just so you know, like this end of this year, we were planning to kind of just do this in January, but I was like, nope, we're starting it earlier. We're going to get it ironed out right now, and we feel good about it now. So like I have Jamie here and Andre here who are helping me with this thing. So Jamie's doing the chat right now. Andre's making sure all the video and everything's good right now. So they're helping me with this, which is great. And we're ironing out all the details. And today was a much smoother one, I think, than the other ones. We'll keep it going better and better. Look, my goal with this is to get to a point where like we can get people to come on. The audio's clear. They have exactly what they have to say. So just the value is just boom, boom, boom every single time. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Please give me feedback. I'm being dead serious. Tell me in the comments, hey, Steve, you ramble, you do this, you're annoying. I don't care. I want to know because I want to see how I could be better. If there's things like I'm pissed at you because my audio didn't work and you bring me on. Whatever, I don't care. But but if there's things that like, hey, you were going too long on that thing. I didn't understand this part. I want to make sure you guys are getting this stuff because I'm doing it for you. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm really doing it for you guys. So please keep me posted on how the information is being received, if it's being clear to you. I have a lot of cool shit. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a podcast in 26. We're going to start bringing on, I'm going to bring on dog people, trainers, veterinarians, nutritionists, and then I'm going to start going into more like bringing on a therapist, bringing on I don't know, like even going to like I saw some lady who was doing like dentistry with her airways, like bringing her on and talking about that stuff and figuring out things just so we could do this whole thing and start talking to people, always with the core of understanding ourselves. We understand dog psychology, which taught us about ourselves, and bringing that to understand other people and getting to see talking to other people. I think you guys are really like me talking to those people and kind of picking their brain in the way I would pick their brain, not just like, okay, question 1, when did you start doing therapy? I'm like, boring. I'm like, so like when you were a kid, what was the moment? Like something like that, like more interesting, like really getting into these people's into their minds a little bit. So that's coming. We're going to do more of the rescue work where you'll see me handling dogs from start to finish. We're going to be videoing some consultations. I think what I'm going to do, and you guys tell me if this would be interesting, is offering a free consultation, like a 1-hour consultation where someone could come here and I would work with them and help them with their dog and go over stuff. But the pay will be free, except it has to be filmed so we can share it with the audience. I think that would be really cool so people could see that. So this way, like someone gets a free session and then what do I get out of it? I get to at least share it with the public so they can see what's going on and they can ideally get some value out of it. So that'll be another one. What else am I missing? We're doing video reviews are coming back. I promise you. It's been torture these last like 5 weeks or whatever it's been to deal with this thing. I'm dealing with like these licensing companies who are by the way, between us, I'm dealing with Instagram and their process and the attorneys and the letters and the this. It's like everything just so we're clear, everything I'm doing is 100% legal. It's 100% thing. It's just that what happens is if someone says, no, you can't use my video, they don't understand that there's a public video that I'm adding commentary and education. So that's considered a fair use video in the United States. I'm not using it as a video, just reposting it, or I'm not using it and saying this is my work. I'm bringing it and making original work, but a lot of the public doesn't understand that yet. So they think it's their video and they can just tell me you can't use it. And I'm like, I can. Now that you did this claim, I have to go through this process and all this shit. So I'm figuring out the way that I don't ever have to do that. So I'm just figuring out the way where I can get videos and just do it and I don't have to worry about anybody doing that stuff. So that's coming back because I know those are like so valuable to people. I was considering letting it go, but I can't just because I know how much value you guys are getting from it. So it's coming back and that's really it. And we're going to go strong and hard in 26. And I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to go double, triple, quadruple down. As those guys out there having a heart attack as I say that, I don't care. We're doing it. So, all right. Amazing, guys. Have an amazing day. And we're going to go hard and change the world in 26. Love you all. See you guys soon.